Well, your mic not work, but can you actually hear me, Daft? Well, your mic not work, but can you actually hear me, Daft? Well, your mic not work, but can you actually hear me, Daft?
Okay.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, all right.
So I'm not getting anything. I'm not getting anything in voice or video. It just
Well, we can hear you.
Okay, I will take that as a yes. I'm very happy.
Yeah.
Little does he know we were all just sitting here being really quiet, so he'd think it was his fault and it was us just fucking with him.
I believe that. That's it. Go ahead and pick on the old guy.
Now, wait a minute. I resemble that.
I know, right?
It's my birthday yesterday.
Happy birthday.
How
How's
old
it
are
feel? 25?
Happy birthday.
69.
What?
Just
That's
a
a
year
great-
younger than I am.
That's a great age to be.
Oh, I'm a child then.
Man, I don't feel so bad now. I'll be 60 this year.
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Now you're just a baby. Okay, good. I can see that we're in the town map again.
Oh, yeah. We supposed to apply experience or something?
Already did
No, my
last week.
Did we?
We'll talk about it when we get in the game.
Oh, okay. I took the experience, but I didn't level up yet.
Correct. We were going to do that today. Yeah, we were going to do that today.
Oh, cool.
Today is going to be a laid-back, relaxing, return to Greyhawk sort of game. Do some
Well, you can relax
leveling.
if you want to.
Well, I mean, I could throw some
I have
stuff.
changed the name on my character sheet to Baron Feldman, the Warlock.
I know, I saw that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, try to do my best to keep the DM entertained.
Yeah, I did some digging. I did not realize just how expensive restoration spells can be.
Uh-oh.
If you can even get someone to cast it, because it causes them to age when they cast a spell.
Aha. Better find an elf.
And you have to be like 16th level in order to even cast it.
Oh.
So,
How did I raise the monkey then in the dungeon?
no, you guys did like a raise dead or something like that. It wasn't a restoration. It's not a restoration spell.
Isn't
that's
restoration the one that brings back levels?
Levels, that is correct.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
back.
drained of levels.
Yep.
Yeah, those are nasty.
Yep, but we'll talk about that here in about 30 seconds whenever, because I'm getting ready to kick off the
I said I was back.
intro. We don't care about you, though.
What happened to the game?
Nothing. We all decided that we're going to take our Vorpal Blades and leave the Paladin back in the dungeon.
What?
And with that...
No, man,
let's,
like the game. It says game is
My
currently
character
offline.
is now worse than he
you're
was
probably at the
when
wrong game, Monkey, because you always go to the wrong one. Probably
No,
have
I
to-
was in there.
Well, it's because I booted everybody because I had to restart the server. But let's kick this off and get going.
Oh. Let me see here. Just FYI, I won't. My limit is. My time limit's 10:30, 11, somewhere around there.
That's fine.
I gotta go to work tomorrow. Yeah.
No bueno.
Curse of the young.
I know, right? I go to work every day. Walk right to my office and sit down.
You're still in your skivvies, aren't you? Doing this stream call. Yeah.
Why do you think I never scream below the waist?
Wearing his shirt and tie and his bikini. Why do they still make underoos? Oh, they do.
I got a pair of Scooby-Doo Christmas underwear.
Okay.
They got some
I only wear 'em
underwear
on
from the movie Piranha because they got holes all in them.
Oh,
Those are your church-going Sundays
Mhm.
underwear. They're
Those
holy.
underwear.
We call them the fudge stripes.
No. Oh.
I signed it to this
Interrupting the music, man. With that.
Some kids never grow up.
No, but they
So-
do make them. That's kind of funny. 'Cause that was from the 80s.
Ew. Hello, everybody.
No, I
Welcome
meant
to
the
tonight's
underoos.
episode while Monkey's talking over everybody and all the music. So
Oh,
I
sorry.
worked hard. I worked hard to compose that entire lengthy music intro, and Monkey talked all over it about his fudge striped holy underwear, whatever that is. We don't want to know. Monkey might want to know, but we don't want to. Well, monkeys are known for throwing their poop, so I guess that's probably why.
Mm.
That's all right. Like to welcome everybody on this Monday. Saw some of you started to roll in a little bit early. Paul, Cardman, definitely appreciate you guys. As always, leading the way on our adventure as we go. So appreciate y'all. If you're new here, welcome. Obviously, if you're old hands, welcome back. Probably most of you guys are all old hands, have heard all of this before, but we like to go through it just in case we get that oddball person that accidentally clicked on our stream and thought they would come check out who we are, what we do. So as you know, we're exactly, that's what I have said. I'd be like, okay, yeah, let's not ever go back there again. In fact, we're going to put up a detour sign on my internet that goes around that whenever possible. But if you're here, man, you're stuck here. Sorry, you can't leave until it's all over. But yeah, we are obviously a gaming group here, first edition tonight. If you like 5th edition, come back Friday night and we have our 5th edition game. All of our games are set in a world of Greyhawk. If you don't know what that is, just wait for the new books and stuff to come out, because allegedly they're going to have some Greyhawk stuff to talk about. So hey, woo, let's check it out. But in the meantime, you can always come in.
I've been hearing what they're doing to the characters.
Yeah, that's all right. You don't even worry about the character stuff, man. So but yeah, man, welcome everybody. Don't forget, if you want to help out the party, you can donate Nat 1s and Nat 20s by just trading in your tokens as you watch the stream. Any stream, really. Most streamers will have some kind of a token thing that you can earn as you're interacting. The more you interact, the more and faster you earn the tokens. Obviously, if you're a subscriber, you earn things at a faster rate. As you interact in the chat, you earn things at a faster rate. And you can trade those tokens in for various things in the streams. I'm real simple and easy. I am not a big Twitch technical guy. I got a couple things set up. You can give Nat 1s and Nat 20s to the party. But I encourage you to get them in early so that they can use them sometime in tonight's stream. And
magic user levels.
yeah, donate a couple levels to the magic user. We'll talk about that. But anyway, so I encourage you to get those in early. if possible. Just let us know who it's donated to. As again, you can donate a Nat 1 or a Nat 20. Donate it to any player that you want or your humble DM. Just let us know who it goes for. I will make sure that we mark it on the appropriate character sheet. And they can use that to replace any dice roll throughout the game if they need a Nat 1 or need a Nat 20. If you'd like to help support the stream as well as your favorite player, as you know, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to the player or, once again, the DM of choice. And those do carry over stream to stream, because if you're going to spend your hard-earned coin to help us along, I'm going to make sure that that never goes away. Currently, I, your humble DM, have a +5 and a +1. Deglin, you got 2 +1s and a +3. Baron, you have a pair of +5s. Reese, you have a +1. Ronnie has a +1. Varus has a pair of +2s. And Zadkill has a +5 and a +2. Because finally we found a way to get Zadkill to start spending his extra dice points, and he used them to full advantage last stream as our party completed their exploration of White Plume Mountain, wherein they went down to recover 3 rather powerful weapons from apparently an ancient wizard had stolen them and stuck them in his little tricksy trapsy lair, and the party had to go in and fetch them. But fetch them they did. They managed to get out relatively unscathed, other than Baron, who, through no fault of his own, inadvertently stood
What?
next to a vampire.
Yeah. Can I?
Looks like to leave a little part of me behind.
Yes. And so he
Yeah,
met.
it's getting.
Hey, you're not
I don't
muted
know.
there,
It's
Reese,
taking longer
Steve,
than I
you're not.
expected.
Steve,
Taking
you're not
longer
muted.
than the same stuff that I had. I used at Bob. So either this is.
Let's do this. Sorry, I am going to go and I'm going to. Let's mute Steve. So I couldn't hear myself. I was so distracted. I hear him, and when I hear people in the background talking, I just whatever. So we'll bring him back in a second. I don't think he heard me. He had something going on at the house. So anyway, the last encounter, for the most part, before they left, one of the last encounters was with a vampire, and that vampire managed to strike one solid blow, and that blow, he made it count as he drained 2 levels from our very own Baron, the former necromancer, now Baron the warlock, who went from level 10 magic user to now a level 8 magic user. But our party did manage to escape, even though they were attacked by a pair of Ifrit on the way out. They did manage to take them down with a big help from our cleric. And Deglin managed to banish one of them back to its plane of existence, and so they ended up only facing one, and they took that one down and managed to escape. And now they find themselves back in the small town of Yellowreach, which is where they first came when they were sent by the church in the Free City to come here to White Plume Mountain. So as you guys may or may not have recalled, and by the way, I unmuted you, Reese. I don't know if you heard me or not, but you had background noise going on, so I had to mute you. But our party was teleported from Greyhawk to the Shieldlands, and nearby the town of Yellowreach, and they managed to walk the rest of the way to Yellowreach. And when in Yellowreach, they stayed at an inn known as Etton's Folly, I believe it was. Is that what it was called? Something, Etton's Journey. They stayed in a little town known as the Etton's Journey. Yellowreach, and a little inn known as Etton's Journey. I'll get it right eventually, trust me. And so now they find themselves back in town. And so that is where we are going to pick up our game tonight. We're going to do some post-mortem kind of stuff. I can tell you that tonight's session is probably going to be fairly laid back. Any nat 1s and any nat 20s given tonight will carry over to the next stream. Just because I don't see a lot of combat unless there's some kind of a random encounter that occurs as you guys are on your way back to Greyhawk. And of course, you have to go to the teleport circle, contact the priesthood there, and then they will get the wizards to fire up the teleport circle to bring you guys back. Or I can't remember, did they give, and I apologize, I should have kept this in my notes, but for some reason I didn't. I don't recall, did they give, Zadkit, what are you doing looting the party? You like clicking on it and then it says like you're looting the party. I don't get. Are you like double clicking on the
Trying to
little
open
token?
this thing to get my token to show.
Yeah, your token isn't going to show. Yeah, I don't. The only token that's on
I mean,
this
my
tab
character sheet to show.
Well, you should just be able to go to the little sidebar. If you hit the little actors token at the top of the sidebar, and then you should see your token there, and you should just click on it.
Oh yeah, okay, there it is.
And it'll open it up. Yeah. If you double click the party token, it doesn't show you guys.
Now the party is looting the party.
I know, exactly. So
Get out of here! I got the money now. No, just kidding.
Yep. So it's weird that it lets you guys do that because I think
No, because remember you used to do that when you clicked it, it would show all our characters.
Yeah. Well, I know then 5th edition when it does. This one doesn't do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the 5th edition game that does that. So anyway, so bottom line is our party has made it back to Yellow Reach. And I can't remember if they didn't ever give you a scroll or anything to teleport. Is that correct, Baron, or magic circle or anything like that? It was just, I believe it was you guys had. Say again.
I believe, yeah. I think it might have been a magic circle. I can't remember.
Yeah. So I apologize.
I think it was a magic circle, and we had to say some specific word or something.
Yeah, I don't recall off the top of my head, but the bottom line is the party will have to go back to the magic circle, say the appropriate command words, it will fire it up, and then they can step into the teleport circle, and it will bring them back to the free city, where they can then return the items to the guild, or the church, if you will, and then they can be on their way to do whatever it is they're going to do next. But there are a couple of things as you guys get back to town that I know that we wanted to make sure we took care of. First and foremost, I don't know, was everybody applied their experience? Is anybody other than Reese ready to level? I don't think so. Also, Baron, if you would look on your character sheet, on the very last tab of your character sheet, it's the kind of like notes. I put some notes in your notes section, and essentially what it says is when you were reduced down to 8th level, the way that works is it used to, I think the book actually says when you lose a level, you go down to the experience, whatever you were to begin that level. I don't do that. I go halfway down the level. So right now you are currently at the halfway point between 8th and 9th level. And so I identified how much experience you started with, and then I put how much experience has already been applied. So if and when you ever get your levels back, you will be brought back to the minimum level for a 10th level magic user, and then we can turn and reapply. I will turn and reapply however much you've earned. So if you go through 6 adventures, earning a whole bunch of experience, and then finally you guys are able to restore your levels, I'll take all that experience and add it on top of the minimum for a 10th level to put you wherever you would be at that point, as opposed to earning all this experience and then suddenly you get enough to do whatever you need to do to restore your levels back to 10th level, and then you just start at the beginning of 10th level. I don't want to do that. I would rather keep track of how much experience you've earned. Um, Even though we can apply it every time and it'll keep track, I just want to know where you started from, how much you've earned from the point you started. And right now it was like 9,400 or something like that. I think that's what
Yeah.
got applied to your character sheet. So if you were to restore your levels back to 10th level, you would be at the minimum of 10th level plus the 9,400 that you've earned, if any of that makes sense. And the reason I say if, because looking at restoration, and I just want to cover this before we even get back to the city. The cost of a restoration spell is a base cost of 10,000 gold plus 10,000 gold per level that you are being restored to. So at a base minimum coin cost, it's going to be 110,000 gold to restore you to 10th level. Plus, you're going to have to find a cleric that's high enough level to cast it, and that's going to be willing to cast it, because whenever a cleric casts a restoration spell, it does something to them, like age them or something like that. I forget the actual thing, but so finding someone to cast that restoration is not just a cost thing, but it's a matter of finding what's the minimum level of a cleric that can cast it, which I think is 16th level, because isn't it
Yeah, that's why you have to look for elven cleric, because
But if you remember in first edition, I don't think elves clerics get up that high level, do they?
No, they don't.
So let me look. I'm gonna.
Oh, yeah. Humans are unlimited, and I think that the thief class is unlimited.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just actually looking here really quick. I had it, but I never bookmarked it, so I was gonna look and see. Restoration, yeah. So it's a 7th level. So I believe that's actually a 14th level cleric that can cast it.
Oh, well,
So
that's all different.
yeah, but still, it's going to be a cost. When the spell is cast, the life energy level of a recipient is raised upwards by 1. This assumes previous life drain by the creature by some force or monster. Thus, if a 10th level character had been struck by a wight and drained to 9th level, restoration spell would bring the character to exactly the number of experience necessary to restore him or her to his 10th level again.
In other words, that on top of everything else, I would only get 1 level restored.
Yep. Restoration is only effective if the spell is cast within 1 day per level of experience of the cleric casting of the recipient's loss of energy. So, yes. So, again, it is going to be, number one, you'd have a minimum of 2 weeks, because that's what level they are. So you have 2 weeks to find a 14th level cleric and pay the 110,000 gold. Actually, it wouldn't even be that much, because you're only going to 9th level. So you would have to do it twice. So it would be 90 plus 10 is 100,000, and then to go from 8th to 9th level, and then would be another 110,000 to go from 10th to or 9th to 10th. It doesn't say anything about aging or anything, so I'm not going to take that into account. Maybe that was a second edition thing that somebody had been reading, but so it's
Almost there, DM.
no worries, boss. So essentially, you're looking at you have 2 weeks to find him, and it's going to cost you 210,000 gold in order to. Just making sure. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about something being wrong with the cleric. I don't know where they got that from. I was just reading it in some of the forums online. But anyway, bottom line is you're looking at 210,000 gold in order to get back to the level that you were. And you're going to have to find a 14th level cleric within the next 2 weeks in order to get that cast.
Actually, it's 16th level.
Is it? I'm sorry. I thought it was when it said 7th
And
level.
the cleric has to be 18 or greater wisdom
Maybe
Dang.
it's easier we just kill you and then resurrect you.
Yeah.
But he would be resurrected at the level that he died at.
Ah, man.
All right, but still, regardless, all right, so 16th level cleric, 18 wisdom, probably not too hard. I mean, if you found one that's 16th level, more than likely they're going to have that wisdom.
Yeah.
You're talking a cost of 210,000 gold in order to.
It'd be cheaper to buy a wish spell from somebody.
That'd be
Yep.
cheaper if you
It
just
really would be.
make a new character. Start
Or
at the same level.
no, you just keep them and just sort of bringing them back up again. So I mean, that's the best I can offer. So anyway, so as you guys find yourselves in Yellow Reach, where we have a little bit of downtime, the first thing I want to take care of is leveling anybody that needs to level. So if I'm not mistaken, the only one we have right now that is leveling is Reese. Is that correct?
It is correct for Reese, yes.
All right. So if you want to go ahead and click level up.
Okay. Add level for cleric, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
It rolled the dice for you, I believe, for your hit points. It gave you 2 hit points for 10th level.
It's only
Yep.
2. They don't give you dice anymore.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, it
I
didn't.
thought it rolled
Yeah,
it,
the
but
dice
it didn't show the dice, but it
The
rolled
little
it.
dice didn't show, but it's
Yep.
in the chat.
Yep. So that is weird.
So
All
DM,
right,
I see Ronnie is zeroed out on experience
yeah,
points.
and that was my next point I was going to talk about. So we'll talk about that in a second. So do you have a con bonus or anything to add to that, Reese?
I do not.
Okay, so now you got the 2 extra points then. So that's where you're at. So your max now is 54. It does show that.
That's weird. It raised my max and my current
Yeah.
by 2.
Yep. Which is correct, right? You're down.
Okay.
You're down 4 hit points, right? So that's fine. I
Yeah.
just want to
Okay.
make sure that if you had a con bonus or anything like that. All right, and then so. when I
No,
look-
so it gives me more. Yeah, it gave me another spell.
Yep, give you your spell slots.
All my
and
spells are empty.
Yes, and so, and we'll talk about that. So I actually emptied everybody's spell slots out.
Okay.
Because I was trying to get them refixed and reloaded. Right now, there's something with our installation of the game system that when you do the spell, it doesn't have the attack or damage or anything like that. I don't know why. I fixed it for Baron. And what I did by Baron is I essentially deleted all the spells that he had, and I drag and dropped all the spells back. I can't do that with a cleric. Cleric spells are automatically there, right? But even when I did try, I tried to drag a spell on top of Deglin's character sheet. All it did was it added it as quote unquote he owned a spell, and when I tried it, it was still the same. So there's some issue in the underlying game framework that doesn't have any kind of a oops, I don't know why.
Well, when I'm under the tab for spells,
Yep.
it shows all the slots,
Yep.
but they're empty. And
Yeah, no.
I was able to fill one.
Oh yeah,
No
yeah,
problem.
you can fill it, but let's go ahead and drop magic missile on there.
Oh, I can't. I don't have magic.
Oh, I'm sorry, not magic. Grab a spell that's an attack spell, like I don't know, Shillelagh or something like that. Or
Okay.
even cure light wounds or something like that, right? So just
All
drop
right.
that on your sheet, and if you try to
Okay.
cast it, so now if you click it, see where there's nothing to roll the dice or for show how many hit points or anything that you can.
Uh-huh.
So if you expand it, there is a thing that says, "Oh, you can restore 1 to 8," but it will not apply that to like if you target
Won't
somebody.
apply that to a target, huh?
It won't apply that to a target. There's something underlying that's broken with the game system. I actually did an export of our game, all of our modules and our whole game system, and I gave it to the developers of the game of the underlying game system. The problem is it's password protected by my login, And so I was trying to give them a non-password protected one, but the Forge, for whatever reason, they used to have a button that says reset passwords, and it would clear everybody's password out, and it would just let me reset everybody's. There isn't that anymore, and I think the reason is because you used to have two separate logins. You log into Forge, you log into the game. Now it's one login. As long as you log into the game and you're attached to the game, it'll automatically log you into the game. So it won't let me reset anybody's password because I can't reset your login password to Forge. I used to be able to reset. I used to be able to reset your login password. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to literally do it on my desktop version of Foundry VTT. I'm going to have to export this, import it into my local Foundry VTT, get rid of the password, export it again from locally, and then give it to them so the copy I give them doesn't have a password. A lot of bullshit that I got to go through to get it fixed, but is what it is. But anyway.
Yeah, and it didn't change its used unused toggle either.
Yeah, because you can't. There's no cast button.
No cast button. Okay.
Exactly. So that's why. So you can still fill your spells and all that stuff. The problem is when you go to cast it, what you'll have to do is just toggle the usage manually. There's a little thing on there that says, "Oh, toggle this to be used."
Yeah. Okay.
And you can do that, and we're going to have to do it manually. Hopefully by next week I'll have this fixed, and we won't have to worry about it. There was an update to the game system, and there's also an update to the underlying Foundry thing. So after our game tonight, I'm going to go ahead and update everything, make sure it's all in, see if it's still broken. If it is, I'm going to do what I said. I'll have to export it, try it locally, remove the password locally, and then give it to the game guys because, yeah, what's happening doesn't make sense to him or to me. So we got to figure out what the hell's going on. I think it's a bad install, but even when I rolled it back and stuff, it was still jacked up. So
All right. You can deal.
Yep. Anyway.
Hey, just FYI, my spells are there.
Yeah, I may have just removed his, but because I was trying anything I could to try to get this shit to work, and nothing was working. Ronnie, did you track any of your experience locally at all?
No, but I had about 285 DM.
Yeah, because what happened, remember when I was trying to get everything fixed, I recreated your character. And so I forgot to look and see how much experience you had. So
well, I've looked at it every week. It's about 285 after, not counting whatever you gave us last week.
Yep. So I am going to go here, and we're going to go 285. 285,000, and it was 8427, I believe. When it was all said and done. So Ronnie, I just put 8427. If you want to apply it, there you go. And 8427. And actually, we're going to have to do this. What's 285? Actually, we'll do this. All right, I just added 285. Go ahead and apply that as well. There you go. So now you're back. So now you're like 7,000 away from next level.
All right, excellent.
You don't get a 10% bonus?
Actually, I should. I don't know why I didn't. I should be.
Maybe it's because I did it manually.
There's my wisdom 16.
Plus.
Yeah, it's giving me a bonus every week except for today. So I'm sure there's something in there, DM.
There we go. I just gave you your extra 10%.
All right, let's see. A minimum wisdom of 12 and a charisma minimum of 15. Both must be 15. So yep, I should get it.
All right, so I just gave you your 10% bonus.
Thank you, DM.
Yep, all you have to do is apply it when you get a chance. All right, there we go. Now you're like 5,800 away. All right, children, hopefully that is most of it. So like I said, as far as Baron is concerned, we will continue to track your experience both ways. We will apply it like everybody else, and then we will also track how much you get by putting it on your notes. So if and when you happen to get restored to 10th level, then, or anytime you get it, when you get restored a level, you're at the minimum for that level. We will then add your total experience points you've earned. And we will do that if you get back to 10th level as well. So like I said, it's going to be very expensive and very difficult to find a cleric.
Well, we could always do a wish spell.
Yeah, if you could find a wish spell, that would be amazing. Not sure where you're going to find one, but you guys find yourself in Yellow Reach once again. As I said, it was a small little border town in the Shield Lands that sits in the shadow, in the not too far north, in the shadow of White Plume Mountain. As you arrive at town late in the day, returning yourselves once again to Ettin's journey, and inside you find once again the common room is filled with a lot of demi-humans in the form of like gnomes, some dwarves, a couple elves here and there, obviously humans. But you notice that dwarf and gnome probably make up the large majority of the populace in this little town of Yellow Reach. Back in your comfy tables as you guys sit and relax, pondering what to do next. What do we want to do? Anything in particular? Besides, by the way, by the time you guys got back here, you guys should go ahead and give yourselves your rest back, or if you just want to cast healings or whatever. But everybody should be back to their max hit points because it was a couple of days trek coming back.
Did my horse make it yet?
No. The horse was back in Greyhawk. You guys teleported. And it's a good 2 week across the mountains and stuff. Across the valley, not mountains, but across the plains and over water and all that stuff. Checking to make sure everybody has their max hit points. Looks like just about everybody does, except for Zadkiel. Let me fix them. All right. Everybody is at their max hit points now. So you guys find yourselves, as I said, in this little town of Yellow Reach, in the Ettin's Journey, which is an inn/tavern that you guys stayed at the last time you were here. People eye you as you walk in. A few of the folks that were there before, particularly the barkeeps and the servers and whatnot, wave to you and welcome you back, asking you how your exploits to the north went, as you obviously survived. Anything particular that we want to do?
Smile weekly.
Yeah.
We got an ad break in 45 seconds.
All right. It's all right. For those that are watching, yes, we do have the ad breaks coming up, and I apologize for that, but guys got to earn money. Yeah, Cardman. Baron, our wizard, lost 2 levels, so he went from a 10th level necromancer to now an 8th level warlock.
Maybe we can pull the WoW strategy and go out in the forest and kill a bunch of boars.
All right. So anything in particular that we want to do while we're here? You guys are going to be here overnight at least.
Yeah, I want to talk to the teleporter people.
There are no teleporter people here.
Oh,
They're back in Greyhawk.
they teleported us here.
Yes.
Well, this is that town, right, where we were supposed to bring the weapons?
So you weren't supposed to bring them here. You're supposed to bring them back to Greyhawk.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
you teleported here, but not into town. You teleported just outside of town, about a mile and a half, 2 miles outside of town. There's a little clearing area where you guys teleported in. And the goal was to go retrieve the weapons, go back to the circle, speak the appropriate words that were given to Baron, and then the circle would once again fire up and return you to Greyhawk, where you would then where you would return the items and then collect your payment.
Well, Dim, I would probably prefer to not let people know that we have returned from Caraptus and that we have those weapons. So as far as I'm concerned, we would just be laying low about that information.
Okay. Totally fine.
Couldn't hurt though to ask around if there's like any, high level hermits in the hills around the town or something. I don't know.
There's several people in that town that know that we were going out to we were going to search for those things. So if they ask us,
Well, they didn't know what you were going for. They just knew you were adventurers going to explore the ruins of Caraptus. And they wished you luck because most people died when they go there.
I'm changing his name officially to Crappy Piss.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we ought to just tell them, we got up there and there was all kinds of shady things. It was very difficult. It was hard to get in. We got attacked by some undead. It was a severe problem, and so we hightailed it out of there. It was too much for us.
So as you guys are sort of relaxing and feasting, and obviously people are curious as they come up, as the gnomes come over. So did you I wondered maybe if you could tell us was there any like precious stones, or did you see anything like maybe as any of you might be inclined to do mining or anything like that? Maybe you could have seen like veins of gold or silver or platinum, maybe, or someplace that perhaps those of the industrious nature might wish to go extract from that mountain.
I would not go to that mountain with a 10,000-foot pole. Okay? And I'm the miner. I'm a miner. I'm a priest of Jeskar. I'm telling you right now, stay the hell away from that mountain.
Oh. But you seem to have fared rather well, so you don't think that maybe if we could contract your services to go back up there maybe, and we could poke our look around?
I wouldn't go back there. Nope. That's a bad idea.
As he looks over and he shrugs his shoulder and goes, well, if you ever just come see Bimini's Mining Consortium over there on the edge of town, you can come find us, and perhaps maybe if you're ever looking for a little extra coin to fill in your pocket as an escort service, maybe we could arrange some sort of contract. But
and if you're ever over in Diamond Lake area, come see me. I've got a shrine there for my god Jeskar. Mining consortium.
I have never heard of this place, but perhaps if I'm ever in a place called Diamond Lake, I shall endeavor to look for you. But yeah, so a good day to you and your alleged adventuring companions. As he sort of walks away with his nose kind of uppity, as you get the impression that he thinks you guys were lying about where you went and what you did, because most adventurers you found are braggadocio. They tend to brag about their exploits and whatnot, and
we're not stupid. Well, at least not all.
Yeah. All right. So you guys managed to once again secure rooms for a silver piece a night per person. Please remove said coins from your character sheet as you.
I don't know if I can afford that.
As you guys turn in for the eve, finally able to relax in a nice toasty warm bed. Where is my, somewhere in here. There it is. I was looking for my calendar thingy and it wasn't up because I need to start the calendar because it's actually, now I have to advance it 1, 2. It is now the second day of reaping. Should have applied that. Let us. There we go. All right. So as you guys find yourselves, oh, it didn't advance the. It's weird. It's not advancing the clock on the game stream, but it is here. But anyway, it is the second day of reaping as you guys begin to enter into the fall months, I should say. The weather being a little bit cooler this time of year, but it's still late summer, early fall. So the temperature outside is still relatively warm as you guys awake. On the 7th is when you awake and find yourselves refreshed and ready to return to the city with your prized possessions, Wave, Whelm, and Black Razor. Anything we want to do in town before we leave?
Well, DM, all of my sling stones appear to have been stolen while moving, so I would like to get some new ones. You just want me to edit in a few because I had maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think what happened is when I added them, it says, "Hey, do you want to add it with the sling?" And I was like, "Yeah, just go ahead and do all that." And I think it just merged all of your +2 stones, +1 stones, and your regular stones into like a big heap. So yeah, however you want to split them out, you can. You just go ahead and take care of that.
Thank you.
Yep. And again, I do apologize. So if your character sheet's jacked, Ronnie, just fix it however it needs to be fixed, and we'll be good. Hopefully, like I said, by next week, all the clerics will be fixed. I know I fixed Baron's because his spells work now. And like I said, even when you cast Magic Missile now, it'll ask you how many darts you want to send at a particular target. So you can select the target, cast the Magic Missile, launch the darts, then select another target and launch the other darts, and it should allow you to do that. So I thought that was pretty cool anyway.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yes.
Yep. So
Too bad it's less darts than it used to be.
yeah. Well, it's
Not
what it
that
is.
bitter or anything like that.
It is what it is.
Take the character to play in this campaign, and now it's worse off than it was when I started.
Sorry, dude. Like I said.
I'm a grown up.
Yeah. So, you guys gonna do anything in town before we leave, or are we just gonna head back and kind of take care of things? Like I said, today's session is going to be probably a rather relaxing one. Hopefully, nothing too major for you guys.
I don't see a reason unless there's something special about this town. Did we hear anything?
No.
There's a
No, but people are very they do kind of question you guys as far as, what's going on or where did you go, what did you see, yada yada. Things of that nature, I should say.
horror and death. That's what we saw. Horror and death.
I like horror and death. I like horror.
And that's a good kind of horror.
All right. What the heck, man?
So,
This thing's giving me a pain in the butt. All right. Trying to make sure that all my maps are back here because with the game update and stuff like that, it was really giving me a pain. Uno momento. Is there any? Nope. I was looking to see if I had an overland map, but apparently my overland map is no more. What the heck? Free city. There's a city.
Why does it keep?
I don't know. I'm looking too. I'm trying to go.
I keep on Twitch. I'm having a problem. It keeps
for-
dropping the chat and then coming back and saying, "Welcome to the chat room. Welcome to the chat room." Welcome. It's like
oh, really?
my whole entire stream chat is like, "Welcome to the chat room."
Gotta like that. There we go. Let's go. This one. All right. So, if there's nobody going to be doing anything, and again, I apologize for the stream for being kind of haphazard here because we had a bunch of issues with the game system itself and trying to get it all cleared up. But as get rid of him. Just again, I'm just checking to make sure I've got everything to here. And does it have his? Yep. Okay. You guys, unless you had like something that you wanted to do in the town, then I guess we can really just kind of go back to wherever the magic circle was to kind of teleport you guys back and kind of get you back to the free city, I guess, if that's what we want.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get back.
Yeah.
All right, so heading out of town. I guess this would not be the appropriate music. Let us go with let's go with this one. As you guys exit out of town and begin to head back to the circle that you guys teleported into. It's about 1.5 miles, maybe 2 miles outside of town as you guys what the heck? Oh yeah, shit. Damn it. As you guys work your way back following the trail that you originally came into town with, you get close to where the circle is, and there's the split in the trail where the main road continues to the south, and there's another branch trail leading off to the toward the west, which is where the actual circle was, sort of in a little clearing or as hidden clearing area. You guys find yourselves in this area just to the south. You can see that there is brush, there is thick weeds and stuff, and you hear this huge crashing come stomping through the trees and the grasslands off to the south area down in this direction. And as you look and you hear the roar before you can actually see it, you see this massive hydra. And as it stomps out onto your path, you count not 1, not 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 6, but 7 heads on this massive creature as it steps out to block your path to get back to the circle.
That sounds like an abomination, DM. I'm going to get ready to lay some scunion on that thing.
Roger that. As we talk about actions, let us, first of all, let me get to my characters here. All right. Baron, actions as you see this 7-headed. And I apologize for it doesn't have a picture, but you know, what are you going to get for a low budget TV like we got? Actions, Baron.
Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, well, I have magic missiles. I don't have anything else. My spell thing. So I'll go ahead and I'll just say that I'm going to cast a slow on it.
Fast, slow, you said?
Slow, yeah.
Okay. We cast a spell.
That always seems to work.
Yeah. All right, Declan, actions.
Flame strike.
Well, it is. Reese, actions.
I was going to do the same thing.
All right, spell it is. Ronnie Noblight.
I'm going to move 10 feet and cast a spell, DM.
Spell it is. Varus is going invisible. Zadkiel, action.
Well, if they're casting Flame Strike, I'll also cast Flame Strike.
Oh, man.
I'm pretty sure that the paladin doesn't have flame strike, but you know.
Oh, right. I'm going to strike it, with my flame sword. My sword of death. Might charge it.
Oh, what did I miss? What did I miss? Hey, thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Monkey just got a +1. An additional +1.
Woo, thanks, Paul. Woo.
All right. Monkey, now you have a +5 and a +3. Oops. Sorry, I accidentally closed down the map. There we go.
I'm going to charge it, though, with a sword.
Okay. Let me... Yeah. Close this because it's confusing me because I got too many screens as it is. That's weird. It's not showing it on the game, but I actually changed so you know it's a Hydra. All right, so Zadkiel is going to flame strike it with his sword. Got it.
It's like we're attacking Moon Knight.
I know, right? All right. As the party gains the initiative, we're going to go with the spell slingers first. So, Baron, you're up first.
Okay, let's see if I remember how to do this. All right. Okay, there he is. That's T. All right, it's targeted.
Oh, I don't know. That's weird. It's not showing. It still shows to me. Anyway, never mind. It's just me.
I see it.
No, I was just saying it for on my version. It's still showing Varus as having the initiative, but I'm looking on the sheet and it shows you so. All right.
Okay. Cast.
Yep. There we go. You cast. Then just place the
No
template.
save.
Yep. Well, yeah, he has to. Is there a save against that?
No.
There's
There's
a
a save.
I didn't think so. So you need to go ahead and place the template. So click place template and then place the template over the top of the creature for slow.
Okay.
Oh, for slow.
Yeah. I got to find the.
I got it.
Now I got to find the creature again.
That's all right. I got him. Now just go. I moved it on top of it. Now go ahead and its speed is 90. So I'll do its go do effect move halve 90 halved. So go ahead and click effect
90.
90 halved. Yep.
Oh,
45.
try that again.
And if it doesn't let you, I'll do it for you.
Okay, 90 halved. Need to target it to apply.
It's already targeted.
Okay, because it's not. It says it's not targeted.
All right. Let me do it. Let me target it for you. Well, that's pretty interesting. Okay, let me
It was
target it.
targeted before,
Yeah.
but it won't be targeted. Okay.
Sorry,
let me try
I got it. So slow has now been applied to the Hydra. All right, so we are good. Is that it for Baron?
Oh yeah.
All right, thank you, sir. So now it only gets half as many attacks. and it can only move 45 feet as opposed to 90. Deglin, you are the next spellcaster, so you go ahead and go.
All right.
If you're casting Flame Strike, just go ahead and I have to roll. It gets a saving
Get
throw
the
versus
saving throw.
spells. So let me go ahead and do that first. The Hydra needed a 13, but it only got a 10. And I'm not going to bother wasting it, so he failed his saving throw, so he'll take the full amount of damage that you roll, and then I will take it off.
Okay, I think it's 6 die 8. Yep, 6 die 8. So let me go to Foundry. Where's the dicey? There they are.
Nice. 27 hit points of damage. You guys watch as this column of flame will right down on top of this thing, doing 27 hit points of damage. So that leaves it with...
It looks really damaged, right?
Its skin has been partially melted. I think, let me grab my monster menu, because there's a thing that says if you do so much damage to a Hydra, it will kill a head. So if you'll give me, this is a random encounter, by the way, so just give me a second.
It depends on what kind of Hydra it is.
Yeah. So, let's see.
Burned Hydra, that it is.
A1. For damage scored is based on the number of heads. Oh, that's for the Hydra. Yeah, it doesn't say damage removes a head or anything like that. So, let's see. Each head has one hit die of full points. When all the heads are killed, the body dies, but not until each and every head is killed. So essentially, I could say you did 27 divided by 8. Technically, I could say that 3 of its heads are now no longer working because you did that much damage to it. So right now, out of its 7 heads, right now only 4 are functioning. All right. So after Deglin, Reese.
All right.
You doing the
See
same
my
spell?
flame strike. Yep.
All right. Let me roll for its save.
Really like it when you roll bad for those saves, Ian.
Yeah. He failed again. Go ahead and roll your.
Ooh, nice. Damn it.
Whoa! Whoa!
Gotten him.
8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 5. 42 hit points of damage as the second flame strike wipes it from the face of the earth. And just like that, you guys ain't playing around as you manage to take out the Hydra, leaving nothing but a charred ash there.
We're not playing around. We're too tired. We're beat up. We're tired. Ain't playing around with no damn 8-headed lizard.
As you guys continue your path to the that was crazy, man. I didn't even get a chance to attack. You guys just literally beat it down.
Well, DM, I still tried to cast a protection from fire on Ronnie, but it doesn't seem to let me.
Well, that's what I said. Yeah, none of the cleric or druid spells work. Right? So
as you can see, that makes me immune to fire damage until I take a total of 12 hit points per caster level. So I used to have that on me.
Yep.
Because you've not used any breath weapons on us.
Right.
So I'm just recasting it then and
okay. That's
trying to put it on.
I just looked at something for Ronnie that made me. Oh, I know it was. Let me get a token.
I'll be right back. I gotta get something to drink.
Yep. As you guys continue your way along the path, heading off to the west, eventually coming around at the base of the hill where you see, still etched in the ground, still very much cleared of any refuse and debris, as if somebody was out here maintaining it. You see the magic circle where you originally arrived in this desolate region in the Shield Lands. Your way home stands before you. What do we wish?
Have Varys checking for traps.
That would not be a bad idea.
Okay, here we go. We can somewhere in here as his. There we go. Doo-doo-doo. As he
Holy
rolls
crap,
a
he's rolled
one.
One.
How
Holy
about
shit
that?
balls.
How about
What
that?
is going-
How about that? As he looks at it and he says, yeah, no, there is nothing here to be worried about. We are good to go. All right. What do you want to do?
Let's walk into the circle, initiate, and travel.
All right. You all find yourselves in the circle. Baron removes the scroll of the words necessary to activate and return you guys. He begins chanting, and much similar to what happened to you guys before, first of all, a pillar of light some 10 feet around circles all of you inside the circle. It pretty much blocks your vision on anything outside, although you can see, as if you're looking through a thick haze, everything around you. The words and the sounds coming from Baron's mouth begin to get deeper, sharper, more reverberating, as the very air around you begins to swirl, much like you were in the center of a vortex of a tornado of some kind, as the air begins to spin around and around and around. The leaves and the dirt begin to sort of lift up off the ground, almost as if gravity is giving way to the magical forces that he begins to conjure. Your eyes begin to play tricks on yourselves as your friends and comrades' faces begin to twist and distort. You can see some have wicked smiles, like a Joker smile, like ear to ear, big grin with their mouths being huge, gaping maws. And suddenly there is a flash of light, and this sense of vertigo almost causes you to vomit all over yourself. And the next instant, you guys find yourselves once again standing in the lower basement of the guild hall, as you guys realize that you are now back in the free city of Greyhawk. The
Yay.
door opens a moment later as a guard pokes his head in and begins yelling, "Back! Sir! They're back!" A lot of activity and whatnot begins to happen as you guys... Ooh, is that me or somebody? It sounded like somebody had like a robot voice, and I was hoping it wasn't me.
No, not you.
Oh, cool.
Not you.
Whatever. As going through, as you guys are standing in the Church of Bokab, the priests quickly come rushing in, greeting you, and they count and they realize that you all have returned safely, and you are then escorted from the teleportation room up to the upstairs levels where it's a little more comfy, a little more quiet, as you find yourself seated in rather high-backed plush cushioned chairs, sitting at a table that is filled with various meats, juices, cheeses, just about everything that you would want, and then some. As the high priest greets you, asks you all to be seated, and as you are enjoying your little feast, he asks the obvious question. My friends, were you successful in retrieving the artifacts?
Wait a minute. I thought we were tasked by the Church of St. Cuthbert.
Oh no, the Church of St. Cuthbert asked you guys to go down to the Church of Bocab because they were the ones that were sort of running point, if you will,
Okay.
and they were
That was probably the one I missed.
Well, that's fine.
Sorry.
You may
Sorry
have
about
missed.
that.
No, you may have missed, but again, I understand that a lot of times, session to session, things may get lost, just because it's been a 2, 3, 4.
Okay,
10
then I'm
weeks, right?
fine.
So yeah,
Okay,
but yeah, the
I'm
Church
fine.
of Bocab is where you guys were launched from. They were the ones that asked you to retrieve the weapons, and they would return them to their respective owners, because they are sort of the gatekeepers of powerful magic. Because Bocab, the uncaring, so to speak, is a deity of magic, and so they're very in tuned with magic items and powerful magic in particular, and so they were the ones that wanted it back.
Okay.
So DM, I want to do something probably not conventional,
We're
maybe.
gonna regret.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you will
I
regret.
want the one who asked if we retrieve stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna detect evil on him.
Oh yeah, good idea.
Nope, no evil coming from anybody in here. Although
All
they're
right.
not like the super good. They are magic user clerics in their own right. So they're obviously not pure and pristine like those of St. Cuthbert would be. But you detect no evil or no evil intents or anything about their persons while you guys are enjoying.
Okay, because I kind of motion to them. That before we proceed to the party, and after I do my detection, I do a motion like proceed.
Okay.
And
Or
then I
answer
go,
that question.
I kind of look at everybody and I was like, should we fuck with them?
May we see them?
Start pulling them out of the bag of holding.
All right.
I said, well, before you do, sir, out of no disrespect,
none taken.
one of our colleagues sustained a very lethal part of himself. As I motion toward the Baron and say, we could use some assistance after this conversation, if possible. If you could assist us with something that is requiring probably of one of your amongst you your strongest to assist us with this to remedy this problem we have.
Hey, you know what? One of those items might be able to help him.
Pretty sure not.
Oh, well, Scott.
Oh, I thought that was a hissing. I was like, what the heck was that noise?
Yeah, so what was it that, which of you, I should say, is ailed, and how did this ail occur?
Our friend the Baron here was touched by evil, a vampire
Evil
of the
undead.
highest order, and he was drained of some of his life force.
Ooh. This is not a good thing. As you can tell that he's trying to find a way to say that.
Baseballs.
Doesn't really know if he would be able to aid anything or aid him in any way.
Well, if you could look into it, we'd be most appreciated.
Baron nods. Smiles.
I will dangle a perfect acorn in their sight.
Oh,
Ooh,
there you go.
ooh. As he looks at it, boy, that is tempting. Oh my
Tempting.
gosh. That is really, really tempting. But yeah, he doesn't know that he has the power, and it is expensive to gather any materials and set up the ritual place necessary to restore, especially one of your obvious talents and power. Perhaps those in, he points to Zadkill, perhaps those in your order may have those able to cast such a spell, but if we had one of that order, the only one I could think of would be Rigby, and he does not reside in the city. He resides elsewhere, and so it would be impossible for me, perhaps even impossible for our patriarch Rigby, who is the highest priest of our order. So I don't know.
Well,
If
as
you
it's
could.
not customary for me to grovel over expenses, I appreciate your candor and honesty. I will seek my god's followers for assistance then.
Well then, let us see the items.
All right, so pulling them out without touching them, so using what, gloves or
Yeah,
the things that we wrap them in, those
Yep.
type of things.
silk and stuff.
And then
like
this,
that,
yeah, and then setting them on the table one by one.
Don't troll them either. Don't pull out a chicken bone and
yeah. As you pull them out, you can see and feel almost this sigh of relief just sort of overcome all of those gathered as they see the trio of items laid before them. The high priest claps his hands, and in walk several acolytes carrying huge satchels of coin as they lay a bag of coin at each one of your feet. Inside each bag is 2,000 platinum coins for each one of you.
wow, 12 times 2,000. What is that?
No, there's only 6.
Oh, 6 of us. Oh,
Yep, 6 of you. Each has 2,000 platinum coins. As the agreed upon price, 10,000 gold coins per person to retrieve these artifacts. You have more than proven your skill and proven that our trust in the fellows of St. Cuthbert was well warranted. I wish you all the best and a speedy recovery for you, good sir, in your restoration of your energy. Unfortunately, There are none of us here who are capable of achieving such a feat. However, as I said, hopefully the the Church of Cuthbert will have those who perhaps are a little more adept at such things. And with that, he bids you all good day and departs with the 3 items. The acolytes, after you have finished your refreshments, escort you all outside. Oops, we don't want that. That was supposed to not be that. Let's try to get off of there.
I asked one of the alkalites to go if they would retrieve my horse.
Of course. And they go to their stables and they retrieve your horse, meeting you guys all outside. As you get outside, the rain begins to slowly fall on the free city. But it's a refreshing rain as a early fall, late summer rain begins to sprinkle itself.
Not a restorative rain.
But not a restorative rain, no. Sorry.
How many platinum coins was that again?
2,000 apiece.
Hey,
2,000.
Ronnie.
10,000 gold.
Ronnie.
Yeah, you can put mine in the bag. I can't even figure out how to add coins to my sheet.
So
I don't even think I can lift them.
All right, so if anybody's watching the stream, I'll kind of show you, and I'll do it with Ronnie. If you go to your inventory, you'll notice that there is copper, silver, electrum, gold, and platinum at the top. But the way you have to add it is you actually I think I have to drop the coins on. Let me go to items here. That's not it.
Yeah, it's
Oh, sorry, wrong one. Huh. If we go to items, let me go to gold. All right.
yeah, I got I'm up at the platinum coins here, but I don't see
Yeah.
it. I'm clicking on it and nothing's happening.
Yeah. So again, you cannot add it to where it says coins. You have to add it to your inventory, and the inventory detects the word copper, silver, electrum, gold, platinum, and it automatically adds it to your coins at the top. So in your inventory, I'm getting ready to add some for Ronnie's here just so I can kind of show you. The way it works is, does it have gold coin? No, maybe not. Let me do coin, see what it does here. Oops. Weird, it doesn't even let me add gold nuggets. It's weird, it won't let me add like a gold coin or anything like that. I'm looking to see if it has any.
I know it
here.
let me at one point.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's got it. Is there spells? All right, so I am just going to add. What is it? Oh, that's why it's. Damn it, that's weird. Delete. Yes, I didn't realize it was. This is really pissing me off. It's like it's not letting me. It's not letting me close the sheets. It's not letting me do anything, man. This freaking game system is really starting to irritate the crap out of me. I opened up to create a new item, and it's not letting me close it. Well, I was trying to, so I'm just having to refresh my DM screen because the game system once again is proving to be flaky. Anyway, yeah. So if you go to your equipment, you click add new item, and then you create and you name it gold coins or just put gold or whatever and put however many coins, it'll actually show up top. So if you put platinum, if you create a new item and just label it platinum, it will then show up as platinum at the top because somehow it detects that it detects it by words or however they do it.
I believe that if you
I just
toggle it to carried, then it shows up. but then it also affects your encumbrance.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to. It should affect encumbrance.
Well, you don't want to carry 2,000 platinum
Well,
pieces
I'm
with you.
pretty sure you don't, which is why we go to banks or bags of holding
Yeah.
and all the other stuff. So,
Yeah, I was able to add it into myself.
but yeah, I agree that so typically is what we have done is we just go in and we just go in and we toggle it to not carry to whatever. But all right, so let me try this again. If it'll let me edit Ronnie's character, go to his inventory. Yeah, it's got like 4 new items. So let me just edit the. Okay, it's not gonna let me. Okay, let's try this again. We're gonna edit. We're gonna put 2,000. Maybe if I spelled it right. Platinum identified. Closed. And carry.
Now
Now
this
I
this
don't.
I was able to do without a fight.
Interesting. I'm gonna look and see how yours is here, Baron. Your inventory. Yeah, platinum coin.
I got a box. I got a drop down that said platinum coins,
Yeah, and see that's what I
and
was
it went
saying
to the
is
2,000. And then the first time it didn't work, and the second time it did.
that's interesting. Say it's identical.
Yeah, mine doesn't work. Or at least I can't add. I see all my items, but
Yeah.
I can only browse.
Yeah, so it's not so on the problem is that so Baron he had the coin on there already, but Ronnie doesn't have any coins on his because I created a new sheet and now I'm trying to find where is the coins at to
You have to go to items
Yep, I'm going to
and then
items.
click on item browser
Yep.
and type is currency,
That's what I thought I did. Let me try
and
this
then you
again.
should see copper, electrum, gold, etc.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
you
There we go.
okay, and
Yep.
then you can drag and drop
Yeah. And that's what I was looking
onto the
for.
equipment.
And that's what I was looking for before, but it wouldn't let me do it. So let me add the 2,000. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Thank you. All right. So now Ronnie has his 2,000 platinum, but we just need to now go not carried. So his movement. All right. So let me drop the gold over there. Oh, no. We didn't want to drop that. Damn it. The gold over there. No. Drop electrum over there. No. Drop the silver over there. No, no, no. And drop the copper. No, 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 no. All right, so now, Ronnie, I have put all the different types of coins on the sheet. You can order your sheet any way you want. I put all the different coins on there, and you can put how much coin that you had if you had it on your sheet. I hope you can remember. But
I got
know
it
a
all
lot
in
of
the bag of
yeah, it was
holding.
all in the back. Of
I
holding.
see him now, DM.
Say again, Ronnie.
I see him now.
Okay. All right. So I apologize once again for screwing that all up, but I was trying to figure out how to get the damn magic stuff to work. But all right. So that being said, um, as you guys step outside into the free city that you have come to, Zadkill, are you going like one platinum coin at a time? What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't. It's not letting me add any numbers. It's just
It's
I'm having
because
to click on stuff to figure it out.
no, if you
Click on
go,
it and edit.
yeah,
Click on the 3 dots and
yeah,
hit edit.
yep.
3 dots. There's no 3 dots for me.
Go to your inventory.
Well, I was
You,
at the items, but okay, go to
no,
inventory.
go to inventory. There's you see platinum,
I
gold,
see them
silver.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, so now if you click the 3 dots to the right of platinum and click edit, you can quantity, put 2,000. There you go. Just make sure it's not carried though.
Yeah. Well, you can
Big goal.
you can split it and carry a few
Yeah.
and have the rest not carried.
Yep. You can do
I'm gonna
that
go
as well.
spend it right now.
All right. So
You can
as
spend
you
it.
guys find yourselves in the right around lunch hour in the free city, um, as you make your way back, I assume you guys are going to go back to the temple, or you can go back to your various places of wherever you guys want to go. Like you still have your rooms that are back
Whistling fish.
at the Whistling Fish. Thank you. Um, yeah. So you guys can head back there if
We
you want to go, or you can go to the temple. You can go pretty much wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm going to
we
go
do
back to
need to
my
make
favorite ale house.
I'm going to the church.
we do need to
I'm
make
I'm gonna go back to the temple with the paladin.
All
See
right.
if he can help.
we need to make a stop at the warrant marshal office.
Okay.
We have Sir Bluto rotting away in our bag of holding.
That is true.
We have 1 year to resurrect him.
Resurrect him to kill
They
him
can do
again to
so
get
if
more
they wish.
experience.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. So you're gonna take them back to the Citadel, or are you just gonna take them to like a watch station?
Wherever the bounties are fulfilled at. I don't know where that is. Maybe we can ask.
What was the bounty for?
There was a bounty on his head. Sir Bluto had a 10,000 gold piece bounty on his head. That's why we took the body.
Okay.
And he had some magical armor and shit too. So
Right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. As you guys work your way back, heading back to the high market, which everybody kind of wants to go in this direction because as you get to the high market, you decide to split and go in different directions. As well, I guess you don't have to, but the Temple of St. Cuthbert is over here where you guys want, some of you want to go. The Nymph and the Satyr is over here, which is where our companion Reese wants to go. That's his favorite bar. And the
Yes, it
Citadel,
is.
and the Citadel, of course, is up here where you guys usually don't like to go because every time you seem to go there, you guys end up being questioned by somebody to figure out why you trying to kill people or what's your involvement in killing people. But that being said, who wants to go where? I know, like I said, Zadkiel and Baron, we're going to head to the temple. But I don't know if everybody, if you guys want to stick together, you can split up and go wherever you want. So who's going where?
I'll go with anybody that is the least amount of partners with them.
All right, Declan, I know you're going to the Citadel. Correct?
correct.
All right. Baron, where are you headed to? You going with Declan or are you going to go with Zadkiel to the temple?
Zadkill.
Okay. Zadkiel, just correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm assuming you are going to the temple, correct?
Yes. And we will start. We'll leave first, I suppose.
He will appeal to for my case.
All right.
Yes, and they can follow the horse. They can put their gold on the horse while we walk, and we'll just dun 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 dun.
Varys is going to join Reese at the Nymph and Satyr. Okay. As you guys all go your
Doesn't Varys have a girlfriend in town?
Varys has not such a girlfriend, but he has businesses that he has to attend to.
Ah.
Let me.
I thought he was dating like the head of the thieves order or something.
No, not quite. I'm going to.
The half ogre thief.
All right. So I think that should There's Deglin. I'm just going to drag everybody one at a time over here. I just have to adjust your tokens so that they're a little smaller than full size because it'll look really cramped on the map.
Okay.
No, we just had enlarged cast on us, so we're all just 20 feet tall.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Baron is walking even slower than he normally does
Okay.
because of the amount of coin that he's carrying.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. Down.
I'm,
Up,
I'm
8.
looking at severe.
Apologize for this. Again, I'm just going a little slow. Some of this stuff, probably should have had this set up before you guys got back to town, but wasn't 100% sure if you guys are coming straight back to Greyhawk, so I'll do it now. So let's see. I got Reese. Let's do Ronnie. Oop, yeah, we go. Again, never appearance. Half and half. There we go. Close. For some reason that didn't update. There we go. Okay, so the last will be Zadkill because I'm not going to worry about Varys because he's not here tonight. We can always take care of him later. All right. As I said, tonight's going to be a very low-key, laid-back, not a whole lot going on until we figure out what we're going to be doing next. As Zadkill, and Baron head over to the church. Let's put him up here. And then let's get rid of him there. Ronnie is going with Deglin because he said he's going with whomever has the least amount of folks going with him.
That sounds good.
All right. So we are going to handle Deglin and Ronnie first as you guys make your way through the high market of the city, passing off to the right, following the trail as it slowly winds its way up to the low hill atop which is built the large walls surrounding the citadel. You guys find yourselves at the gates. Where the guards stop to address you. Halt! What is your business here before those in the citadel, sir?
We are here to collect the bounty on a Sir Bluto.
A bounty, you say? And how came you across this Sir Bluto?
We found him in a faraway mountain, hiding like the cowardly self he was.
As he sort of looks you over, and you feel this sort of this energy kind of wash over you. You felt it before as you realize that somewhere somebody is spelling you. And you can feel the energy as it kind of waves over you. And the guard kind of cocks his head slightly and goes, "Record your names. You may enter," as they provide a ledger for you for entry into the citadel. As you enter into the citadel, they bring you to a magistrate's office where clerks and whatnot are running about, shuffling papers, filling out various documents and stuff like that. You are brought before a counter as one of the magistrate attendees, if you will. Gets your names, gets the information from you. What proof have you that you have slain or retrieved this Sir Bluto, sir?
Well, I can show you. So I'll reach into the bag of holding and just pull out just to where the head is showing.
As you drag out, as the guy turns his head and begins to get a little pale, that is enough. That is enough,
Okie
sir.
dokie.
As he
Push it back.
calls one of the young attendants over, whispers to him. The attendant nods and disappears through a back doorway. And you say this person is wanted? Wanted
We
for
did
what?
see wanted. We did see wanted posters around town, right? That said that he was.
I believe you saw them in Yellow Reach. Don't know if you saw them here in Greyhawk.
I thought we saw them here in Greyhawk. That's
Sir Bluto?
yeah.
Perhaps, but still. They ask you to have a seat while they try to find the records of this so-called Sir Bluto.
Okay. If it was Yellow Reach, then I would have done it then. But I
Yeah.
thought it was here.
In the meantime, Zadkill, you and your companion, Baron, arrive at the Temple of St. Cuthbert, where you are warmly greeted by those whom you helped save from the onslaught of the Falcon and her cult clan those many days ago or weeks ago. Seems like years, but it's only been months. As you arrive, they hug and greet you. Oh, well met, sir. Her Holiness will be most pleased that you have returned at the most opportune time. Please come in. As they escort you into the interior of the temple offices, where you are brought to the high priestess's office, and shortly thereafter you are greeted, and you enter into her office, where she greets you, and offers you a seat and any refreshments that you may wish. Well met, good sirs, and welcome back. How was your journey? Were you successful?
We were successful.
Oh, this
But
is
as you can
good.
see, my companions here, one in particular, this man right here, Baron is his name. He is of the arcane arts. He's a very dedicated soul,
Uh-huh.
and
Okay.
we seek assistance that Saint Cuthbert might allow his congregation members of this order located in Greyhawk to assist with restoring life that has been lost from Mr. Baron.
I do understand. He looks rather well and alive to me, sir.
Yes, well, in the name of St. Cuthbert, we defeated one of the foulest creatures one
Struck by a vampire.
could
She looks.
face.
Her face just kind of goes dark. An unholy fiend.
Yes.
This is now.
Very much so.
This is not a small. It's not a small matter. Those of the undead have a very strong connection to the planes of existence. In particular, the plane of unholy energy will, when it takes your life force from you, it is not willingly given back. And it is extremely, extremely rare that getting one's soul back from the undead is successful. Unfortunately, I do not possess the knowledge nor the power myself to achieve such an undertaking, and to be quite honest, I am unsure who might even be able to, for I have never seen or heard of any who would be so inclined. Perhaps those of Rao, the priests of Rao. There are those that say there are some who have achieved such ability, but it is far beyond my capability, I'm afraid.
Be that it may. And I take the 2,000 platinum pieces and put it in front of her. My devotion has been great. I've been able to achieve my steed by St. Cuthbert himself, which through no easy task. I've sacrificed much, not to say that no one else has, but I've been a very devoted, I'm going to say Christian. I've been a very devoted Cuthbertian disciple.
Indeed, you
Really
have
a
been
word?
one of our most stalwart supporters. So yes.
This is as I push the bag toward them, this is another donation of great value in which I task you to help in finding someone who is capable of remedying my dear companion's ailment.
Of course, we
We
would
seek
love.
we seek your assistance to find as you travel in circles in which I cannot yet.
Right. As she sort of looks and says that, so I shall. She's looking at the coin, right? Kind of caught her by surprise. Um, we shall, of course, do everything in our power to locate those who might have not only the power and skill but the willingness to undertake such a arduous an arduous task, if you will. Um, Perhaps the priests of Rao, as I said, may have those. I believe that Kaczynski, can I pronounce her name? Kaczynskaya.
Ed Kaczynski.
Now, is the high priest of Rao is the his name is Jerome Kaczynskaya. Perhaps he may have the power and the ability, for those of Pelor are well known for their healing arts. So perhaps he would know. However, there is something that perhaps, should we be able to aid you with, there is news that I have for you, my good paladin. I am not sure if you wish to receive this news in front of your friend here, or if you would rather it be privately, but it is rather important news about Sir Thraden, if you remember who that is.
So Thraden.
Sir Thraden.
Oh yes, the one that we rescued.
Yes, Talisic Thraden. I have word of him, but perhaps
He called for me.
I don't know that I would say he called for you, but again, if you wish, I can explain to you a little more. But as this is primarily church business, I am unsure if you would mind your friend Baron remaining here as we discuss it, or you would rather discuss in private.
Baron, would you please step out for a bit, please?
All right, so Baron
And I
steps
also
out.
want to. Okay, and I want, and I'm going to tell the priestess, and I also just additionally want to thank you for being the liaison for this assistance I require with those priests of Raguna or whatever it was.
Priests of Rao.
Priest of Rao, yes.
R-A-O.
The
Rao.
priest of
Don't forget.
Ragu.
Yes, the priest of Rago. So, as you stand there, or as you sit, and she offers you refreshment. So, my friend, let me tell you a small tale. A tale that has many twists and turns, but which now comes directly into our lap because of Sir Thraden. In the months after the Great Wars, things have not been easy for those lands that border the Evil One's empire to the north. In particular, the lands of Furyandi. Their wealth, their entire state coffers have done nothing but been spent in the reconstructing of the northern line that defends the shield lands for Yandi and other countries from the evils of Ayus once again trying to encroach themselves upon the people. We beat him back these last wars. He has, for lack of a better term, been contained, but that containment is tenuous at best. The cruelties of his empire to the north are too unspeakable to be contemplated. I'm sure that you may have seen some of these during your own times during the war. The palace of the king in their capital city is among the last of those capital structures to be repaired. And he wanted the defenses of the city restored first. And so he gathered his troops to him. He gathered his builders to him, and under the protection of his armies, his men were able to restore much of the capital. However, one of the king's own sons, one of his generals which led the armies of Furyandi, was taken down in battle. However, it was recently discovered that the prince is not dead. He lies in a prison somewhere within Ayu's own capital city, Doraka, the city of skulls, as some call it. Unfortunately, Lord Talasek was great friends with the prince, and so undertook a small mission of himself and several of his closest companions, and he decided to lead a assault, a recon, if you would, but an assault nonetheless, onto the city of skulls to try to retrieve the High Prince for King Belvor of Furyandi. Unfortunately, our sages tell us through scrying and through communal with our deity that Lord Thraden himself has been taken. And so now we may have need of your services once again, sir. In return, we could perhaps cover the costs of the restoration of your friend Baron. We understand if you would be hesitant to take this mission for sneaking into the Demon Lord's capital city into the prisons below his city to try to find the Prince of Furiande as well as our Lord Talisic himself. Could be a mission that is beyond, really beyond anything that most would even contemplate. However, if you wish to do so, know that you have our blessing support, and we will be.
Nah, I just refreshed it still.
Really?
Yep.
There it goes.
Now
There
it
we go.
shows you initializing.
And then it shows your screen loading.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's fine. Apologize to those that are still watching. It's weird because it's like it said I didn't. I wonder if it dropped so long that and then it just restarted because I'm showing that it doesn't have any. I may end up having to just close this browser and reopen it, but I'll try it one more time to see if I can get it restarted. We're getting ready for a break anyway, so let me see. Did I miss anything? Yeah, Asher, sorry, I didn't see your messages, man. But yeah, Lando is still down with the Rona. Yep. So it's all good. And tonight's game is really just sort of laid back as the party sort of got out of White Plume Mountain, do a little bit of leveling, do a little bit of chit chatting, kind of going over. Yeah, I'm gonna have to close. I'm just gonna close this browser and let's reopen it and see what happens. I don't know. Totally bizarre. Yeah, I guess it must have been my internet, man, but I didn't get any alert. All of a sudden I got an alert saying that, hey, OBS is reconnecting. I'm like, what the hell? So let's see what happens. Because we may end up going to break early. Why? Because we can. And then it'll give me a chance to reset everything. But anyway, as Eratai, the high priestess of St. Cuthbert, explains to you, is that the High Prince of Friande, who fell in battle during the Greyhawk Wars, apparently was not fallen, but was rather whisked away by the demonic forces of Ayuz the Old, and whisked away to his capital city of Duraka, smack dab in the city, or smack dab in the middle of his lands of Ayuz. And so Lord Thraden tried to mount a recon extraction unit, but unfortunately he left the Navy SEALs at home and brought the Keystone Cops instead, and managed to apparently get captured himself. And so she's telling you this, not asking you right now if you want to go and try to liberate them both now. However, should you undertake it successfully, the church appears to be willing to at least cover some, if not all, of the costs of restoring your friend Baron's life force. Dang it. It's just not.
I respond to her as in, well, this does sound like a crusade of sorts. I might have to recruit some from the temple that may assist us if there's any, like that gentleman right there, that 19th level cleric. He might come with us for free. But I'll have to talk to my party members. I will take on that challenge. That not challenge, but that quest, as it seems as a just quest, and I will see what my party members say, and if they are in it, then we will start the crusade of rescuing the Lord and the King's son up there in the city of Dakuki with the Emais or the Emus, while you're talking with the Roar River priests or whatever. Yes.
That's
Hey,
awesome.
my map reloaded. Yeah, he got it. He was close. Yes, it is the.
Why are you laughing at my statements?
So,
This
I'm
is
not there.
true.
You can't hear me.
Oh,
so
behind the door.
whilst you
No,
guys,
I'm all in the Citadel.
Oh, just kidding.
Okay.
excuse me, whilst you guys are in discussions with High Priestess Aratai and Deglin and Ronnie are up at the Citadel trying to collect a bounty. Reese, you and Varys enter into the Nymph and the Satyr. I'm not sure if that's the right building, but that's my story and I'm sticking to it. I think that's what it is. I think that's the right one. As you enter
I
into
believe it is G3.
was
There
it?
is a
Yeah, that is
there
G3. Yeah,
is a
yeah.
key called Malden's Greyhawk, City
Yeah.
of Greyhawk.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yep,
So I
absolutely.
have that,
Yep.
and that's G3 is the nymph and the satyr.
Yep. And if you actually go to his website, if you're not there already,
Yeah.
he has the little dots on him. When you mouse over it, it'll pop up and it'll show you what it is. So you don't even have to have the key. You just mouse over it and it'll pop up what it is. But you are
Oh, on
correct.
his map.
Yeah, on his world. Malden and I, Dennis Turnalt and I go way, way back. I first never met him personally, but we started talking on the Greyhawk forums back in 99, 2000, somewhere in there, way back in the day. Yep, and we've been in
Cool.
touch. We've been in touch off and on over the years. He's Canadian, eh?
Hey,
So I believe he's still in
all right.
Canada.
Yeah.
So
Well, I can click on it, but it just makes it bigger or smaller.
yeah.
I
Anyway,
must be on the wrong thing. Anyway,
well, anyway, yeah, it's not a big deal. So anyway, as you find yourself in the Nymph and the Satyr, as the music and the wine flow, you're greeted by those inside. It's a rather happy-go-lucky place. It's a very upscale place. Drinks tend to be a little more on the upscale side. Wines usually like 5 silver for a nice glass of wine. A glass of ale is like 2 silver. So things are a little bit pricier, but you get what you pay for. The place is extremely nice with very dark hardwood flooring and railings and a lot of well-fashioned silk banners that show various history of the land kind of hanging about. Of course, a lot of woodland motif, fey creature motif. A lot of the mugs have the shape of a female dryad. Is sort of forms this curvature of the mug handle as you're sort of grabbing a hold of it. The mugs themselves are made of a very sturdy type of dark wood. So again, a very high class place. You've been here before, though.
I have been here before.
And you and Varys sort of grab a seat to enjoy yourselves. Anything in particular that you're going to do other than drink and enjoy your time back in the bar?
No.
Okay. So that being said, you can.
I'm going to have a couple of ales and then head over to the gambling house.
Okay, absolutely. So when you are done with your 4 silver, the Wheel of Gold gambling house, I believe, is it G16?
H something.
Oh, is it? I'm sorry. H14. It's the wheel. It's the Wheel of Gold gambling house. So I you might be right. It might be. Is it H14?
H3, I think it is.
Really? Okay, I lied.
Yeah, it's across the street.
Oh man, for some reason I was thinking that the wheel. Oh, never mind. There is like a.
Did I get the wrong name?
No, the Wheel of Gold gambling house should be. You are right. It's probably H3. I was thinking like down here on G9 is the Opera House, and I thought that the gambling house was right across from the from there. But you're right. It is up top. So as you make your way into the Wheel of Gold gambling house. Inside, you can see that there are many card games going on. There are dart games going on. there is a huge roulette wheel that they are spinning at a table that there are many people gathering around. So, what do we wish to do?
Oh, I want to play some dice game.
Okay. All right. So at one of the tables, you can see they're playing a game called Tally, and another one called Heaven and Nine. And the last one, there's a partners game called Help Your Neighbor. And so it's your choice on which games you want to play, but they're all sort of packed in with people.
I'll observe. Well, they have drinks here.
Absolutely, they have drinks.
Yeah. I have another ale and
go ahead and give me a Constitution check, please.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Roll a d20 and compare to your con score, please. All right. You can feel the alcohol beginning to churn within your body, but you are still well good to go. You watch as Varys begins to slowly move his way about the crowd, eyeing the various gambling tables and whatnot to see what might be going on. And as he does, that is where we're going to stop and take a break.
oh, big time.
I'm Dan Morgan. One question many people wonder
What
is,
the heck?
does the law firm I hire for my injury case matter?
I hate
Of course it does.
Hate
At
it with a passion.
Morgan, we've invested millions into making
Morgan,
sure your
I
experience
love you,
from
guy.
first
Let's
call
stop.
to your settlement is so easy. You can literally start your case right from your couch in just a few clicks. You'll also be able to text your case staff and lawyer anytime you need. We're
It's
America's
weird that
largest
this
injury law
game
firm
does
for a
the
reason.
ad, but
Injured?
my
The
5e
choice
game
is easy.
never has ads. It goes right into the game itself, or right into the music itself, I mean. So I have no idea why. But we... Yeah, maybe. Could be. Don't know for sure. But we're going to take a quick 15-minute break here. Hopefully you guys will be back with us as we return. As our party is sort of winding down in the Free City. However, they have a potential mission has been thrust upon them, and we shall see what they want to do when we come back. So see you in a few.
Let's go in the Wayback Machine for a second. 7 years ago, it was officially declared that Aldi has the lowest prices. Now let's go in the Way Forward Machine. 7 years later, Aldi still holds that title. More impressively, we never lost it. While other stores schemed up ways to steal your cash, Aldi had the lowest prices in town for each of those 7 years. Because it's what we do. The lowest in everyday prices, 7 years running. It's an Aldi thing.
With 60 years comes 60 reasons to visit SeaWorld this summer. Like our exciting new 60th anniversary celebration parade, the all-new Penguin Trek at SeaWorld's Antarctica. Returning favorite, Vans Brews and Barbecue with over 130 craft brews, new specialty flavors, and live concerts. And our dazzling Ignite fireworks show throughout the summer. It's all part of our 60th anniversary summer spectacular. Discover all 60 reasons at SeaWorld.com. Buy one ticket, get one 50% off during our end of summer sale. Hurry, offer ends soon. Taxes, fees, and other restrictions may apply.
Yes, that's Monkey beating on the drums. Yeah, we don't. We're just gonna dump it all in the ocean and just forget about it. It's not needed. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh crud. And we are back, right just in time before the next set of music started going off. I was mucking around with my stream deck and I realized, oh crap, I'm on the wrong one. Let me go ahead and get this fixed. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Agora Quest 21 Shots, which is becoming less 21 shotty and more 21 campaigny. But hey, man, welcome as our party has returned to the free city of Greyhawk, wherein they now are relaxing, trying to figure out what the next step is going to be, what they want to do next. And as Zadkiel and Baron are down discussing Baron's restoration and the feasibility of getting Baron his life force back which for those that missed it, he was struck by a vampire whilst in the dungeons of Caraptus in the White Plume Mountain, trying to figure out how can they make a deal, or is there anybody that would be able to help whatsoever. So the church has taken Zadkiel's 2,000 platinum as a payment to try to negotiate with somebody somewhere that, if they might find, has enough ability to restore the priest or the magic user to his former glory. But in the meantime, whilst Deglin and Ronnie are up gallivanting about the Citadel, trying to claim the bounty of Sir Bluto, whom they remember seeing poster boards for his wanted posters strung up in various places. Varys and Reese have decided to hit the Nymph and Satyr for a little while, and now they have found themselves meandering across the manicured lawns of the High Quarter into the Wheel of Gold gambling house, wherein, as I mentioned before, you can see various card games going on, various dice games going on, along with the big roulette wheel. As you stand watching the dice of a game called Tally, Tali, you watch as the players all bet their pot and they all begin to roll several triangular shaped dice, screaming and cheering themselves on. Interestingly, one of the players throws 4 ones, and as he does, everybody screams, "Canis!" and forces him to add a duplicate amount of what he originally bet and roll the dice again. And then when all is said and done, whoever wins gets the pot. Although you do watch probably a half a dozen rounds of dice get thrown before somebody actually hits a series of dice that's considered to be a winner, because only certain combinations of dice have any effect on the game. For example, if you roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, that affects. If you roll a 4 and any other 3 sets of numbers, that's considered a dice win. And if you roll all 4 of the same dice, unless it's a 1, so if you roll all 2s, 3s, or 4s, that's considered a winning series of dice. And Canis is called out when somebody rolls all 1s, and that requires you to re-roll the dice after matching your initial bid. So if you roll 4 1s, you have to double your pot that you put in, not everybody, but what you put in, and then roll the dice.
Starting
again.
to sound like Fizbin.
Yep. Other ones that you see, yeah. Other dice games you see, Heaven and Nine. You've seen this dice game before, where you roll 2 square dice, 2 6-sided dice, and the combinations have various names to them and are various in rankings. Like double 6s is the best you can get, whereas a 2 and a 1 is the worst you can get. Double of anything tends to be good, although some non-double dice manage to be. But anyway, you see these various dice games going on as you are enjoying the scenery and the sights and the sounds of being back in civilization once again.
Yeah. Are there any is there any like straightforward craps table?
No craps
No.
per se. The closest you come to craps is a game called Help Your Neighbor. Well, I guess heaven and 9 is kind of like craps, right? The only difference is you don't roll and then have to match what you roll or anything. This one is you roll. Several people roll the dice at once, and then you compare who rolled what. But help your neighbor is a game. Everybody, there's like up to 6 people are in a group when it's called help your neighbor. And you take turns rolling 3d6. Each time a player's number is rolled, even by another gambler, they put a counter or another thing into the pot. The first person to put all their counters in the pot wins the pot itself. So everybody puts money into a pot, and then you have these counters, and then everybody has I'm number 1, I'm number 2, I'm number 3, I'm number 6, right? All the way through 6, I should say, 1 through 6. So when you roll your dice, if you're number 1, everybody that rolls a 1, you see how people roll the 1, that's how many counters you put in the pot. And once you're out of counters, whoever gets all their counters gone first is the winner. And they collect whatever the money is in the pot. But anyway, but nothing like straight craps. These are more along the lines of more upscale people. We're not the little people in the back alleys of the river quarter throwing dice and stabbing each other for the pot that's sitting on the ground or on a little handkerchief. This is
All
more
right.
upscale.
Well, Reese is going to give the triangular dice game a try.
All right. As you get up,
Go ahead. What are the stakes?
So essentially, to play the game, everybody that is throwing the dice agrees on an initial amount to put in the pot. And for here, the house rule is you can set the pot whatever you want as long as all the individuals agree. But a minimum of 10 gold pieces per person is required to play. So their minimum is 10 gold, but it can go as high as if everybody's willing to pay 1,000 gold, that's what they'll do. But it is a minimum of 10 gold.
And how many gold in a platinum again?
A platinum is worth 5 gold.
5 gold. Okay. Yeah, I'll say okay. 2 platinum.
All right. So, as everybody agrees, as there are 5 other people in the 5 other people in your group, right? And they all agree. So, that means there's a total of 6 of you. That means there is 60 gold in the pot. All right? So, let me roll my guys first. Okay? And you're going to roll 4 4-sided dice, so 4d4, right? Three. This is 4.
Doesn't really show you the.
No, all I have to do is click on it. So if I actually click on the 10, it'll show me the dice that they actually rolled.
Ah, okay.
All right. So I rolled my 5. So you go ahead and roll yours. All right. So Reese, 3 3s and a 4. So you got a 4. So a 4 in any other dice is considered a winning hand as long as you beat the other person that rolled a 4 with their dice. Now you had all 3s, so it's a total of 9. Okay? The guy above you rolled a 4, but he only had a total of 4, so this guy's out. So I'm going to delete his. The guy above him rolled a 4, 3 3 1, so he's out. This guy here rolled a 4, 3 1 1, so he is out. This guy here rolled nothing, none of his 1 at all, so he's out. So Reese wins the first hand, or wins the $60 or the 60 gold piece pot, as it comes back to you as people are shouting and cheering. The new guy wins! Congrats! Oh, no wonder he's probably got the blessing of his gods upon him, don't you? Bring that St. Toothbird crap in here. What the hell's wrong with you? You better not be using any spells.
Not me.
No augury going on here, is there?
No. What's your name, friend?
I am Jacob. Jacob Feldman.
Jacob. What are you drinking?
What everybody drinks in here. Ale, of course. I can't afford
An
nothing else.
ale
He
for
just took
Jacob.
as the
I buy
servers come
Jacob
around.
an ale.
Well, thank you, good sir. As he clicks the mug against you and begins to quaff down his drink. You can see he's wearing fine type of clothing, so he's definitely an upscale, probably a merchant, trader of some kind, somebody that's well-to-do that sort of visits this area.
Mm-hmm.
As we move ourselves after you've attained your 60 gold coins, we move ourselves back to the Citadel. You guys have been there for perhaps an hour or so, just kind of hanging out, you and Ronnie Deglin. When
Okay.
eventually,
Ooh,
one of
what
the
did that ale cost me?
it's same as the others, 2 silvers. That's the normal standard price for ale.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
No worries. As the one of the watchmen that's working behind the counters eventually comes back, and he has a scroll in his hand, and he sort of rolls it out and he shows it to you. This him. And as you look at it, it's a perfect likeness of the Bluto that you guys slay in the Undermountain. We'll need the body.
So, well, I'll pull the body out, but I'm making sure all of his stuff's already off of. We've already taken all his armor.
Yep.
There and clothing.
Yep. As they bring you back to the clerics area where you drag the body and they put it up onto a table, the priests.
I carry him like a largemouth bass just by his jaw, slam him down on the table.
They bring you into there, then you take him out of the bag of holding as they extract him, put him up on the table, and the priests begin murmuring and praying around him. You guys are escorted out of the room. Leave him be. They will confirm his identity, and then you will receive your reward for bringing him to justice.
Aye.
Probably takes about another half hour before they come back, and they have confirmed that he was indeed Sir Bluto, and his spirit apparently told them that he was conscripted by Caraptus and forced to lead a contingent of men in his dungeons below the Undermountain in White Plume Mountain, and he recalls that you guys were the ones that ended his life, and so they bring to you and hand you a scroll parchment that says that you are a scroll parchment that essentially says a good or an IOU or a good for 10,000 gold coins. They don't give you actual gold, but they give you parchment with the official city seal upon it, saying that it is valued at 10,000 gold coins and may be deposited in any moneylender or bank within the city, and you'll be good there.
Okey-dokey. I need to head to the bank anyway.
All right.
But we need to divvy out party treasure.
Okay.
Do that probably outside.
DM, do they have another roll up in there of like other people that are wanted that we could just look at before we leave?
Yeah, there are. It's sort of they have, of course, normally in the adventurers guilds and stuff like that in various places in town, they'll have posters hanging up, but they have sort of like the official, like opening up a mugshot book, boink, open it up, and it's got hundreds of pages of shady looking characters in it that if you want to look through, it'd probably take you a while to look through, but
That's all right, DM. If they had like a top 10, I'd be interested in looking at it.
yeah, I mean they don't have any of them in any kind of specific order, at least not here. Although, if you were to petition for a list of their top 10, they could probably have somebody go through and put a list together for you, but it'd take a day or so to get it. Because I'd have to go through all the documentation. How much is this guy? When's the last time he was seen? What did he do? Yada, yada. And so, but they don't have any like an FBI's top 10 most wanted. No.
Sure, we'll just mention that to them that it would be
Casey
nothing
Kasem.
of a top 10 list of the most desired.
Okay. All right. So I can see where this group is going. All right.
Got
All
bounty
right.
hunters, top 10
Certain-
criminals.
All right. There you go. And we're going to change his name from Monkey to Dog. And we're out here. Monkey, you got to get a mullet. I'm just saying.
Yep.
So,
A girlfriend with big pockets.
yes, big pockets and takes big, long, deep breaths.
Yes.
Don't
All
let
right.
my mullet.
All right. As you move your way back through town, where are you and Declan? Where do you and Ronnie want to go after you leave the Citadel?
I don't really want to go to a gambling house. I might go to the church of St. Cuthbert
Okay.
and meet up with. We have rooms there, or we have rooms at Whistling Fish.
Yes, both actually. You guys, they do have rooms where they allow you to stay whenever you want at the church, but you guys actually have a standing room at the Whistling Fish that the church is paying for while you are employed with the church doing church business and stuff like that.
I don't remember. Was there an actual temple of Jeskar?
No, there was not. You got one that you built and started running in
Diamond Lake.
but nothing here in the Free City.
All right. This is my next stomping ground. I mean, after I build the one in Diamond.
Okay. All right. So you guys can head back to the Church of Cuthbert then. Ronnie, did you want to go anywhere else?
No, I'd rather go to the inn and kick back and relax in the inn.
Okay. All right. So Ronnie heads his way, jumps the wall, heads all the way. And it is, let me get it to where you actually are. Yep. You are, where, oops, he's way down here. There we go. As Ronnie shoots across, and he finds himself way down here in the city. As F21 right here. This is the Whistling Fish, and that is where you are staying. As Declan, you make your way back to the temple to join Zadkiel along with Baron. Varys disappears from the gambling house. You no longer see him anywhere, Reese, as he is elected to go off and do his own business as the night begins to drag, if you will. As you look outside and you can see that the sun has already begun to set and the lamplighters are out. You've made a total of 100 gold. In addition to your original 60, you've won 40, but you've lost some, but you won it back, and you lost some, and you've won it back. But in all told, you've managed to come away with an extra 100 gold. I need a saving throw versus poison, though.
Saving throw versus poison.
Yes, sir.
Bad mead.
Bad meat. Bad dates. Righty.
Yep. Raider of the Lost Ark reference. I got it.
Why's it gotta be snakes?
I did not make it.
As you are now inebriated, and all of your attacks and all of anything that you do with spells, if you try to cast a spell of any kind until you are no longer drunk, if you try to cast a spell, you will have to make a saving throw versus spells in order to cast a spell properly. Otherwise, the spell goes off and nothing happens. Additionally, any manual or hand attacks that you do are going to be at a -4 to attack. I'm sorry, not a -2 to attack. So should anything happen between now and the time that you sober up, you are going to be less than your stellar casting self.
Okay.
As you find yourself sort of staggering out the door. It is late. It is perhaps 9 or 10 o'clock at night when you finally stagger out the door, wishing everybody, of course, good day, blessings upon them, etc., because you're still a good priest.
Yes. And I will head to, I guess, the temple. Is that where we're staying?
That's where that's where you and Zadkiel definitely, because being members of the church. I would like, please, however, a wisdom check, please.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what happened to my friend. A wisdom check.
Yes.
To see if you can remember the spell words. Like Batu, Barata, Nickel.
As you
make sure he doesn't go to the Blue Oyster Club.
Right? As you're stumbling down the hills and along the roads, across the pristine grasses, in between little hills, you find yourself, as you get toward the edge of this little pond that's right behind the church and right behind the hospital by the church, you stumble and fall, and you fall face first, inches from the water. You manage to stand up, brush yourself off, albeit a little bit grassy and muddy from the wet grasses that surround the pond. You stagger your way the rest of the way until eventually you find yourselves back at the temple, falling face first onto your bed. The soft down pillow encompasses you as you are immediately, if not sooner, sound asleep.
Yes. All right.
It would have been more funny if he would have staggered in to a tavern and he heard the music.
No, I was hoping that he would stumble into the pond because I wanted to see if he had passed out and drowned, but that's for another time.
But he did wake up and there's 1,000 leeches all over.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Where'd my character go? I don't see my character anymore.
He's actually behind the
underneath.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll just move everybody so we're all out. So everybody is here with the exception of, well, Varys isn't here, so I guess I could. But and then also, Ronnie No Blight has
gone to the end.
Gone to the end. Ronnie, at sunrise, as you're just awakening yourself from the deep, peaceful slumber, a peaceful slumber you have not had in quite a while, you awake to the sound of a light rapping on your door.
I say, who's that rapping on my door?
It is I, Ezekiel, Your Holiness. And you recognize Ezekiel as one of the lesser druids that you left in charge of the Stone Ring when you departed on your mission to White Plume Mountain.
Okay, well, I say, Ezekiel, what is your purpose for coming to disturb my rest?
I apologize, sir, but I was told to, as soon as we found that you had returned, to bring you our reports, and you hear a shuffling and scooching of paper, and popping up underneath the door is about 10 sheets of parchment paper that get shoved underneath the door, and you hear the quick pitter-patter of feet departing the premises.
All right. Well, I'm going to have my blaster in hand, and pull that door open immediately.
You open the door and you see, looking as he's just turning down the stairs, Ezekiel, whom you know, turning to look at you, and his eyes wide as if, oh shit, I just stirred a hornet's nest, and he darts down the stairs. You can hear him almost tumbling that he slams into a wall. He's going so fast down the stairs, he appeared to have lost his balance slightly, bangs into a wall, goes down the next landing, and you hear him running, the pitter-patter of his feet at the bottom of the stairs as he apparently runs out the front of the inn. And at your feet, you can see, as I said, 10 or so sheafs of parchment that were at one point together, now sort of sprawled out on the floor.
Well, all right, Dan. Well, I guess that's a invitation for me to pick those up, shuffle them, see if there's any order to them, and at least give them a cursory glance.
So it's really a list of the day-to-day operations, things such as found a fungus on one of the trees that we attended, found a rodent was digging holes in and amongst the garden that we had to relocate said animal and repair the damage. So sort of like a day-to-day operation of things that were going on. An interesting one that they found a symbol to I use like a, I don't want a holy symbol, but like maybe a badge or perhaps a holy symbol was found on the road between the city gates and where the circle was. It was on the road, so it wasn't anywhere around the Druidic circle, but apparently either somebody had one or was wearing one and it came off or whatever. But they did. So again, it's just sort of a day-to-day operation of things that they're doing to help maintain the Druid circle as well as the gardens surrounding the circle. There's a list of people that have come there to pray, a list of some rather well-to-do businessmen that come there to conduct business because, as you know, and every druid knows, whilst within the circle, it is impossible to scry upon anybody inside the circle. And so lots of important meetings and business deals tend to get done there, paying the druids, of course, to be allowed to use their the circle for their services, etc. So stuff like that, right? It's sort of a day-to-day operation now that you're in charge.
All right. Well, excellent. I'm definitely going to take note of that symbol, and I'd like to take that to somebody who has an ability to, maybe one of those cleric temples or where they had the magic users, and just see if they couldn't try and figure out some kind of way to where that might have come from.
Okay. Well, your friends, obviously, and you know that all your friends currently, other than Varys probably, but you know that at least Reese and Zadkiel stay at the Church of Cuthbert. You also know that Baron went there. Whether he's there or not, you're not sure. But at a minimum, if that's where you wanted to go, they're at that church. But again, you also do know where the Church of Bokab is. And the Church of Bokab, it's probably about the same distance. Over here at C25 on the map, as you can see me kind of clicking on it, that's where it's at, so it's probably a little closer to get to. But again, if you wanted to, you could go up to the Church of St. Cuthbert. It's up to you where you want to go to have that.
I'm going to go link up with the party members to make sure, talk to them about it first before going to anybody else.
Okay. So probably about 10 o'clock or so, you manage to arrive after having your breakfast and getting yourself situated and reviewing the reports that your underlings have provided you. You make your way back up to the Temple of St. Cuthbert, and you do indeed find all of your friends there. In fact, Varys has managed to arrive and make his presence known as well, as he joins you guys at the temple. What do we wish to do first off to start our day?
I'm going to let them all know about the report from my fellow druids about a discovery of a holy symbol of Ayu's, and that perhaps we can figure out some scrying method to discover its owner.
Quite possible.
Can you speak with plants?
Oh, yes, I can.
Maybe you could talk to the plants around that area.
Well, I would have to unmemorize a spell and then rememorize, but I certainly can do that.
Just a thought.
Somebody has light cast or something. It's like blinding everything on the map. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Sorry, I'm just looking at all the tokens.
Me.
Yep, nobody.
Hope it's not me.
Nobody seems to have.
Nope, ain't me. I just moved.
I probably still have the light spell on me.
I don't know.
Oh no, it's Baron.
It's Ronnie. Oh, it's
Heck, we're not
Baron.
doing
I'm gonna move.
Oh no, it is Ronnie. Oh wait, no,
No,
it's
it's
who you
Varys.
picking.
Never mind, it's Varys. Yep, it's Varys. Let me move.
And
off
you're
Varys.
controlling him?
Yep, I got him. I just took it off.
Okay.
I can't get mine yet.
All right. So, yeah, it's weird because as soon as I move Ronnie, it puts the light back on him. It's like it's not letting me up. This game system is really annoying the crap out of me. I just want to say, for the record.
Yet another weird thing.
Yep, because I update his token and lose it, but as soon as I click update, it puts it right back. Active effect. Oh, that's why. Active effect does not exist. This is bizarre. Anyway, I'm not going to muck with it, so it's getting too late in the game. All right, so as you guys are gathered and Ronnie sort of explains, the High Priestess Eratai joins you guys and takes the token or the symbol and passes it to one of her attendants and tells you, we shall have this looked at. We shall cast augury, and perhaps we'll be able to find who or what may have been. There are spies from the Evil One's empire that I have no doubt are coming in and out of the city at various times. It's almost impossible to keep them away without casting magic on every single person that passes through our gates. So it is fortunate that we found this, for now we can be on alert. But as of right now, I don't think that we have much to worry about from IUs, but who knows? But we are most appreciative of you bringing this unholy item to our attention, good sir, as she looks over at Ronnie. And we shall be sure to let you know what we find and return it to you if you wish it.
All right, that sounds great.
So, as she has you guys gathered in her offices, she looks at Zadkiel. My friend, have you had a chance to speak with your companions yet?
I have not. This is the first I've seen of them.
So,
perhaps you might want to share the story with them.
As she sort of smiles and stepping from her back office through a set of doors that lead into her private sanctum area, you see a familiar figure, the high priest of the temple of Bokab. He smiles, invites all of you to sit around the table. Once again, you're at the same table you guys have become so familiar with, this long wooden table with all these soft padded chairs around, and of course surrounding the entire place are all these huge lifelike portraits of all of the famous or powerful priests and paladins that have served St. Cuthbert. As you all take your seats, the priest of Bokab sort of nods to each of you, and I apologize, I had his name here. Just a second, if I can find him.
You talking about the city of Dokaki or whatever it was called?
No, not yet. I am Ravel Descinder, and you guys have seen him. Obviously, he is the high priest of Bokab, and what they call the patriarch. So, Patriarch Descinder welcomes you. As some of you may know, some of you may not yet know, but are soon to know, there has been information brought to our attention that is of the utmost sensitivity. However, as you all have already shown your fortitude, your capabilities, and your stalwartness to help defend the city, we felt it prudent to discuss this matter in private with you, to see that should you wish to once again parlay your capabilities into something that may benefit you all. We understand that your friend here, the Arcane One, was inflicted with a wound from an unholy beast, and now you seek to restore his soul. This capability exists within our priesthood, and the church has graciously considered that they would cover half the cost, to the tune of 100,000 gold coins, for the complete restoration. Or, if you do not wish the complete restoration, they will cover the cost, which is 50,000 gold, to restore one level of your abilities back. This is up to you. This can be negotiated later, but it must be negotiated prior to your departure if you should agree to the task that we bring before you. And as he's speaking, you can see him sort of using his hands into some sort of arcane nature, and the high priestess Eratai brings a mirror, and they set this mirror. It's not a full-length mirror, but it's pretty tall, probably about 3 feet tall, a couple feet wide, and they set it on the end of the table. And as he completes his arcane gestures, you watch as a mist kind of glides over, and it begins to fade away. And in the mirror, you can see the visage of a gentleman sitting on a throne. He's an older, very stocky-looking fellow with like a square block head with a thick beard that sort of hangs down to his chin. He goes, or the high priestess Eratai says, "My friends, I give to you the king of Feryandi. His, oh crap, where is it? His Royal Highness King Belvor the Fourth, the King of Feryandi." And as he sits there, he sort of nods and begins to speak. His voice is very baritone. sort of leans in. My friends, we are resolved upon a great enterprise, and we have summoned you to ask you to volunteer for a mission of greatest glory and daring. During the war years, Ayus took many prisoners, as you probably know. Countless thousands have vanished into his dreaded prisons in Daraka, in the Gibbering Gate, and in the fortress of the Urzun Orcs of the Howling Hills. Magical barriers to divination prevent us from seeing where those beloved to us were lost during this war have been concealed. However, we have lately had information which comes from a very reliable source concerning the whereabouts of one prisoner in particular. That man, my son, Earl Holmer of Walworth, the Knight Commander of the Shieldlands, beloved cousin of our very own Lady Katerina, who rules in exile in his absence. We have unimpeachable evidence that he is incarcerated in the dungeons and jails below the streets of Daraka, the City of Skulls, Ayu's dreaded capital itself. Fortunately for us, Lord Holmer is not in the dungeons below the demon's own palace, for if that were the case, rescue would be impossible, and but matters now are otherwise. And you guys can see it coming. Zadkiel already knows it's coming. He's going to ask you to try to go to Daraka. Such knowledge alone would not be sufficient for us to plan any attempted rescue. However, into our mission has fallen a plan of Daraka's festering and wretched prison where he is held. And this plan includes a way of reaching those jails from a series of sewers that run from the river into the city itself. Certainly, we believe a small group of powerful individuals could infiltrate these prisons and rescue Holmer, given, of course, they have sufficient bravery, intelligence, and, of course, magical assistance. It goes without saying that your bravery and intelligence have given you a reputation which precedes you, and we can supply magical aid to you for this rescue mission. Almost as if on cue, suddenly the high priest of Bokov, Dresden, has a bag and he literally dumps it onto the floor.
Holy Avenger.
Things begin to fall out of this large pouch that he had that you realize now is probably something similar to your bag of holding, because stuff just begins to pour out of it. Scrolls, potions, and I don't mean just a few of them. They tumble out by the dozen, along with a staff, what appears to be packs of magic dust, and several other quote-unquote goodies. At the sight of all that, you can't help but sort of lean in as the king continues.
Definitely Barrett is definitely leaning in and looking at this.
As the king continues.
Is there anything that he recognizes?
No. It would potions, staff, magical powders, you name it. As the king continues, we believe that a successful rescue of the Earl would be a great blow against Ayus. It would give great cheer to the forces of good up there now, protecting the very edges of his kingdom which press upon our borders. It would inspire the brave men and women of the Shieldlands who have been so cruelly driven from their homes. They are greatly valued by us as defenders of our own land, and we would see them rewarded by the rescue of their beloved leader. Common decency dictates that a worthy and good man should be snatched from the jaws of Ayus. It may well be that the doughty Earl will have been sorely tried by the torments of Ayus, but he must be rescued. Of course, it goes without saying such a mission would place you in grave peril. It would not be unworthy of you to crave some reward for your great struggle should you be successful. Even though our kingdom is hard pressed, we would reward you each with 5,000 gold wheat sheafs, which is their local currency. Essentially gold coins, 5,000 apiece. In addition, we would be sufficiently moved by Holmer's safe return to grant you each the title of Knight Protector of Friandi, and with all the privileges that brings as landowners. So,
Yeah, you had me at glory, so yeah, I'm in.
There are some obvious magical methods of attempting to locate and free Homer. Divinations have been unsuccessful at precisely locating him, as we have tried. Trust me, we have been trying to find out what his state is ever since we lost him. We feared him dead. Teleportation and planar travel would, of course, be obvious methods of entering Doraka without the tedious and dangerous alternative of attempting cross-country travel. Unfortunately, it appears that the structure of the planar nexus is close to Doraka. The home of this demon thing is unpredictable. We could perhaps teleport you there, but we cannot guarantee you would land there, and these planar shifts could blast you to the abyss just as soon as land you in Ayuz's lap. We know he has a gate to the abyss within his city, and the operation of that gate distorts all of the magical energies around it. Thus, in order to reach the city, we suggest that you magically get transported there, perhaps plane shift or teleport to some location, perhaps 20 miles from the city. My sages tell me even that they would not guarantee safety, but it's much safer than trying to get into the city itself. That would mean, of course, some forced marching. In order to accomplish this, there is a plane shift scroll in and amongst those that are given to you there, along with potions of vitality that will help equip you for this mission. When returning from Darakas, you'll need to make some distance from the city before risking it for escape purposes. But once you are a safe distance away, you may flee in any direction. So that we are clear and to the point, your quest is to free my son, the Earl Holmer of Walworth, Knight Commander of the Shieldlands. A knighthood and a generous sum of coin are yours if you succeed. If you fail, your fate will be either death if you are fortunate, or an eternity of incarceration in the Demon King's jails if you are not so fortunate. Everyone here clearly expects you to do your duty, friends, but I leave it upon your wise shoulders. What say you?
Give us a moment.
Of course.
I would look at first at Zadkill and say, do you have a vote? Do you prefer to do this? Maybe we can hire some people to come with us, like Talisic.
Talisic is, you want to tell him?
Right.
Do you want to tell him?
Yes.
Zadkill?
Talisic was one who went before us to try this mission and failed. He was captured in the Daraka.
And is probably in the same prisons as the Earl, which is why Zadkill was brought in to talk to the High Priestess Eratai, who felt that he may want to know that his friend and companion Talisic has been taken by Ayuz.
He's all of our friend.
So not only will this be a rescue mission, but a personal crusade to get rid of this evil in the name of St. Cuthbert.
Ooh, please
I
tell me.
already said I'm in.
Please tell me you're going to go take on Ayuz. Please tell me you're going to go take on
And then St. Cuthbert might make his presence known, divine intervention,
Yeah.
and restore
Okay.
I
Our
don't think we can
friends,
take him out, but we can
life
probably
force,
properly
in such
do
a
it.
great deed.
All right.
For this deed is just and noble. But I leave it to you. If not,
I
well,
say
then.
yes, but what does Rice say? What does Baron say? What does Varys? What does
Varys is in.
our Druid say?
Varys is in. I can't. I mean, I'm gonna speak for him. He can change his mind next week, but he's in.
So that's 3 of us at least.
All right. Does anybody have? Sorry.
Baron, you're really low.
Yeah, you're really weak, Daft. I'm not sure what happened, but suddenly your voice got really.
So I have dibs on that Holy Avenger right there.
Hang on. Let
Okay,
Baron
how
talk.
about this?
Yeah, better.
He says, "Well, I see no choice in the matter. I'm in."
Okay. All right. So somebody who's good at writing, take the following notes because this is going to be the last we're going to do before we end the game, and I want to get the notes so everybody has this, and then I will make sure that I get it added to everybody's sheets next week. So don't add it to your character sheet. I will get them added, but take this notes for party treasure if you would, Declan.
Yeah.
First of all, everybody, each party member gets the following. Okay? 2 potions of healing, 2 potions of extra healing, 1 potion of vitality, 1 potion of flying.
Well, then you're going too fast for me.
Sorry.
You said 1 potion of vitality?
Yep, 1 vitality, 1 flying, and 1 potion of invisibility.
Visibility.
Okay?
Okay.
As a whole, the entire party gets the following items to divvy amongst themselves as they choose. 3 applications of Dust of Disappearance. So essentially 3 pouches of Dust of Disappearance.
Okay.
A Rope of Entanglement.
I don't even know what that is.
That's like you throw the rope down, it acts like a snake, and it wraps up somebody and binds them.
Okay.
A Ring of Free Action.
Uh-huh.
A Ring of Blinking.
Okay.
A Ring of Protection +2.
Got it.
3 Scrolls of Dispel Magic cast at 12th level.
Protection from magic?
No, Dispel Magic.
Oh, dispel magic. Sorry.
How many scrolls?
3 Dispel
3.
Magic. And 5 Scrolls, each one a plane shift.
Oh, this sounds serious.
All right, I see a problem with the scrolls.
What?
Plane shift. If there's only 5, there's 6 of us, right?
Yeah, but I don't think plane shift is one person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The dispel magic, is that cleric or magic?
I'm assuming it's well, I'm not sure. It just says 12th class at 12th level ability, so it doesn't matter. We'll say that if you give it to the magic user, it's a magic user version. If you give it to the cleric, it's a clerical version.
And what is plane shift? Is that a magic? I think it's
no. Plane shift is only magic user. All right. Now, the following, in addition to that, the following go to any fighters in the group. Oh, there's only one.
There's only one fighter, yeah.
Yep. So this is separate, going to the paladin. A potion of superheroism.
Mhm.
A potion of fire giant strength.
Okay.
And a potion of hill giant strength.
Okay.
Okay. Priests. Split the
Yes.
following amongst themselves. So that includes the druid. There is
Okay.
a staff of curing with 16 charges.
Oh, okay. We got a couple of those actually.
Yep.
Yes.
A ring of spell storing that has 3 spells in it.
Do we know what those spells are?
Yes, you do.
Go ahead.
Go ready?
Yep.
Cloak of Bravery,
I don't even know that.
Flame Strike,
Ah, I know that one.
Mm-hmm.
and Heal.
Ah.
These are clerical spells?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um, and we are, and I'm going to have to give Varys a choice. He can either get Boots of Striding and Springing or a dagger +2/+3 versus large creatures.
We did get a pair of boots of jumping already from the last
Yeah,
venture.
this is a little different. They're Striding and Springing, but I'm going to talk. We'll let Varys decide next week. Also, since there is only one wizard, it says you get let's see.
Pinwish scrolls.
Let's see. No, you get a total of 20 spell levels in scrolls.
Fireball.
Here's the rules. These spells can be of the PC's choice, except that none of them will be higher than the level that you can normally memorize. And you get to choose what those spells are, whether you have excuse me, whether you have them in your spell book or not. It's up to you, but 20 total levels of spells. So like 4 5th level spells, 5 4th level spells, whatever, as long as there's no more than 20 levels of those spells. And I will let you decide and just post that in the Discord what spells you want to choose, Baron.
Ice Storm.
But they can be whatever spell you want, whether you have it or not, as long as you're able to cast it at the level you are now. So 4th level
Yeah, I can
spells,
only
I assume.
cast 4th level spells.
That's fine. So any 4th level spell that you want, whether it's from the player's handbook or from the Unearthed Arcana, you just need to let me know in the Discord what that is, and then I'll make sure that those spells get added to your sheet as scrolls. Cool. Those are the magic items that you got. And just as the last bit of sort of prep before next week, because we'll have a little prep for next week too. You are urged by High Priestess Aratai that there are really two elements of this mission. Obviously, first, that rescuing the High Prince must be done with one quick strike. You can't do guerrilla tactics going in and out, because once you're out, the forces of Ayus will have time to gather, and then all hope is lost. So getting in has to be done in like one shot. Once you start going in the city, you got to keep go, 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 go until you find the high priest. No time for you to retreat, pause, rest, etc., and return for a second try. Even resting an extended period of time could have grave consequences to give the enemy the opportunity to gather their forces and bolster their defenses. Yeah, so she reminds you that Duraka is not just a home to men and orcs and goblins and trolls. Ayu's commands a legion of fiends from the abyss itself. So beware. These fiends, these evil priests, they have the capability to see through disguises. I am afraid, my good friend, Lord Zadkiel, your radiant goodness will be like a beacon to gnats as you go into the city. So any way that you have to mute or disguise yourselves might come in handy. Elves in particular are a rare delicacy to orcs, goblins, and trolls, as you know. So the fact that you must hide yourselves or disguise yourself in some manner should not have to be said. However, just be aware that their forces are from the abyss, so they tend to be chaotic in nature. And so moving quickly from start to finish, they will give you time, for they may be slow to gather themselves because everybody wants to be the hero. And so rather than work together, you might be able to pick them off in smaller groups. But as I said, if you waste time giving Ayu's time to gather the forces and his priests to bring the fiends under control and coordinate them, your death is surely, or your fate is sealed. Secondly, he warns that whatever you do, try to cover your tracks, to confuse and deceive the jailers and the would-be fiends and demons, and any others that you may encounter within the city and the jails themselves. If you leave dead bodies laying everywhere, you're going to leave a trail right to yourself, and they're going to know right away that you are that the jail's under assault. And because of who they have there, it's quite obvious that who they will go to protect first. So if you must slay creatures en route to getting to the High Prince, I suggest you find a way to hide or destroy or remove their bodies, so that none saw or see. And so it will buy you time. For if a guard fails to check in, is different than a guard found dead laying where his guard post was.
Well, I guess we're going to be cannibals.
Can I get a
Yeah.
wand of what's that? Disintegration.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, we don't have that. But with that, my friends, is where we are going to end tonight's session. I very much appreciate everybody that hung out with us tonight. For those that left early, goodbye. We will be back Friday. For those that don't know, of course, we stream our 5th edition game on Friday. I hope you guys will be with us. And yeah, it's actually a really good haul. Yep. So for those that have never traversed into the lands of Ayus or have never heard of this particular adventure, this is the City of Skulls that we are going to be going into. So I'm not going to lie to my players. This can be a wickedly deadly adventure. Even though the level of the adventure is right in your wheelhouse perfectly, 6 to 8 characters of 9th to 12th level, it's right in your wheelhouse. It can be extremely deadly, and it's a good thing they give you these magic items and whatnot to go in, because you may need them. So with that being said, I appreciate, as I said, everybody hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to find somebody to raid. I'm going to go over there and check who do we got going. What do we got going on? Let's.
Well, thanks.
Hey, Sean.
Yep.
Can you and Ian stick around a little bit? I need to talk to both of you.
What'd I do?
You didn't do anything.
Oh, whew. Okay. Yep, no worries. Let me. We're gonna bounce over to Darling, so let's bounce over there really quick. Yeah, it's a nasty place, Paul. I can't wait. So hopefully our party will enjoy it. But we're gonna raid Darling. Hopefully I can spell this right. So once we're done bouncing over there, then we will. Did I get that? Nope, that's what I thought.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to identify everything before we leave. All that stuff we found, so we can utilize that too as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, did this work? Yay, there we go. So we're going to bounce over to Darling. For those that don't know Darling, if you don't know her, you need to follow her. She's over there painting her mini. She's been having issues. I guess humidity or something like that has really been mucking with her paint. So she really does normally a great job. But somebody created a bust of her. I forget who she says it was, but they did a bust of Darling Creepshow. It's really cool looking. And so she's painting it. So we're going to bounce over to her as soon as we get and see how many we got. It looks good. We got most of our people going over there. So anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Hopefully you'll be back here on Friday. Same time, same channel, just a different game. In the meantime, just remember, in a world you can be anything you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We will see you guys on the other side.
Yeah, I'm going to remember that motto when we play next week.
That's what I did with this.
Thank you.
Like, I didn't watch a technique video on this. I just looked up a bunch of
Well,
images
Okay.
of what it looks
Sean,
like in its finished form. And
I am
kind of
going to be
took from my
absent the
mind
next
what
2
techniques I already
sessions.
know.
Okay.
And I think this turned out quite nice.
I am a
What's up, Agora?
judge at our National Model Airplane Contest
Okay.
next week.
All right.
And I am a helper at our World Championships the following week.
Very nice.
So I would like